It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right. Hi everybody. My dogs are in the background acting like they don't have any home training, but I'm back for another BondyBlue show nonetheless. Two lives in a day, people. In case you missed it, I talked about Love and Marriage Huntsville and Bell Collective for 2 hours. I have not really, gotten into Bell Collective Birmingham, but I will. The Ooh Ladies First panel will be this week on Nisi's channel, and we'll be talking about it there. I heard y'all send us some of y'all letters for the live show. Y'all sent us y'all mess. I'm excited. My outfit came, as I was telling y'all. It's giving what needs to be gave. It's giving, I tried it on. It's giving what needs to be gave. When you want some shit to fit correctly, like a normal body, somebody that has like, proportions that match, my God, on today. Or like where a medium is a medium, girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm a medium, girl. I'm a size 8. Don't overcomplicate it. But I swear, fast fashion will having you think your ass is a size 12 when really you're a size 8. And there's nothing wrong with being a size 12, but bitch, these clothes don't fit right, is my point. I got topics for you, girl. I got topics for you, girl. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Before we get into it, though, I am still in the process of editing, okay? Because it's a bunch of shit. Like, and I'm trying to compile all of the video together, okay, for the vlog, so that y'all can, y'all can see the good time me and the husband had down to the Thailand, okay? Reset by Design Wellness is giving you elevated escapes, okay? Giving you an elevated escape collection, okay? But yeah, girl, I gotta go back in here because something looks fucked up. Something looks fucked up in here. But if you saw the first 2 vlogs that I did, they're up there, girl. Cause I could have sworn I did a rough lay the other night, but girl, I don't know. Who knows? I gotta go back and check and see. Either way, there are vlogs already on my channel of me and Lyric and our good time in Thailand. We had a really great time. The trips are always fantastic. Okay. Next time I go to Thailand, I'm wearing my hair because it's fucking hot. I discovered a product that helps with the heat rash and all of that. Okay. Like, just overall being in places and feeling hot. And I'm like, as somebody from New Orleans, why don't I know about this already? Sometimes you got to go out the country to find out what's really hood, what's really going on. But we had a really great time. We enjoyed it. We can't wait to go back. We're trying to we're gonna go through the visa process. You just gotta save a certain amount of money, and yeah. So we're trying to get our visas so that we can go back to Thailand and kind of island hop for a little while, and just try to have a little piece of a life, girl, that's better than what we got right now. That's what we're going to try to do, girl. That's the hope and the prayer for the slave. Okay? And I think we're going to do it, girl. I think we're going to accomplish it. I'm excited. Let's get into today's show. So I want to start off by telling y'all that we'll be in Mauritius in September. So if y'all want to come on one of these trips so y'all can see how we get down, so y'all can see how we travel, got to come on down to the Reset by Design Wellness, girl, and see it for yourself. You got to see it for yourself. All right. Now, first of all, because I'm looking for a specific version of this story before we get into it, a specific rundown from this story. Okay. I think I got it. My God. Is this it? Okay. So, y'all know some of this tea is a little bit of a week old. Okay. But we're going to get into the things. Now, we've talked on my channel about Naquin, the DL whisperer, his fans, and how at large y'all tend to be, askew. Y'all tend to be just a tad bit askew. Those of y'all that gotta go to a nigga that only wears a do-rag, that sleeps with men that hide him. Y'all gotta go to him to find out about y'all niggas. Is that the idea? Because from what I understand, he wasn't really helping anybody specific. He was just telling y'all, certain homophobic and sometimes stereotypical tropes, some of which were bullshit, some of which were spot on. But, I think having a certain amount of discernment as a woman means you don't have to ask nobody else questions that you should be able to answer for yourself. Gather yourself, bitch. You have a coochie. Gather yourself. Okay? You want to trust a man so bad, you going to go to one to tell you if yours is secretly gay? You going to give Naquin access to your boyfriend's booty? Is that what you telling me? Because you want to find out? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's not my world, girl. It's not what I would do. Okay? So I don't know. But what I do know is a lot of this just stems from homophobia, from people that are not really gay, or people, who may be DL and therefore internalize homophobia, because gay people can be homophobic. There are varying degrees of homophobia within the gay community and outside of it. Okay? It's not all at the same pressure point. Some of y'all got gay homeboys, but y'all say y'all would beat the living shit out of y'all sons if y'all sons was gay. That's still homophobic, bitch. But it's a different level of it versus those that would never even be friends with a gay man. Okay? There are those of you women that say, I could never eat coochie, and then get your coochie ate by a woman. These are varying degrees, okay? But, varying degrees of homophobia and internalized homophobia. So I don't care if you're gay. If you're going along with some bullshit, I'm going to say you're going along with some bullshit. Okay? And what Naquin was doing over there is some bullshit. Now Naquin is in prison. Because apparently, when I said that criminals be criminaling, motherfucker said that I was wrong. I think niggas being in jail screaming NAACP means criminal. That's what I think it means.
What's up, everybody? Of course, is Naquin, also known as the DL Whisperer.
This also comes from the fact that y'all are delusional. So you think that you can threaten to kill people on the internet and nothing will happen to you. And then you go to court and think that you can argue with the judge the way you argue with trolls on the internet. And you find out that at some point the real world and the internet separate. And you need to be aware of where you are in the world and on the internet at all times and stop being delusional with yourself. But see, this is an extension of the fact that Naquin is delusional, because you really thought that you could ride around T.S. Madison house, threaten people, say you want to see the life disappear out of their eyes. You thought you was going to be able to do all of that, then get to jail and then still tell them I don't give a fuck. The last time we talked about Naquin was meeting with the judge and told the judge, I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody going to stop me from hating and wishing death on T.S. Madison and Dominique Morgan and all of the hoes like them. That's what he said. And now last week, it's a different story, just a tad bit. Now we need help. Now racism is afoot. Word. And this is why we say it is so weird when Black women or Black people specifically take part in bigotry the way white people do. That's why it's weird, bitch. That's why it's weird. Because you end up in a situation in jail being taken advantage of by the very system that you were using to harm other people. Because please understand, the racism is under the same umbrella as the homophobia and the transphobia. It's hating people because of who they are. Y'all like to have conversations about if the person really is that, and I just don't have time for that type of delusional shit. People are who they say they are. That's it. That's all you need to accept about it, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, y'all, he in there talking about racism. And that's why I'm like, that's why you shouldn't act like, you shouldn't act like racist people and do the things that racist people do behind homophobia and transphobia. Because the actual thing is the same. How you're acting, you're being hateful. You're directing all of your ire at a marginalized group of people. It's misplaced anger. Because who you really should be mad at are the men that y'all can't trust with y'all bussies. All y'all pussies. Bitch, you can't trust them with the front or the back. You can't trust these niggas with the front or the back. That is the main thing here. But because we want to misdirect our anger, we would rather be mad at the trans girls. We would rather be mad at who else? The gay boys who are fucking the DL men, which is Naquin, and y'all not mad at him. So I'm just confused about whatever's going on. But it feels like the DL whisperer, which is the gay boy that fucks the DL man, and the women have come together to be upset about their new rising enemy, the trans woman. Okay? All of the femininity and some of the dick. Some niggas were waiting for that. Some niggas were waiting for dick wrapped in lipstick. Okay? Some people don't want a post-op. Some people were waiting for the moment where they could finally get femininity and penis in one little compact person. People like what they like.
And I just want everybody to know that I'm fighting for my freedom right now. I'm sitting in solitary confinement. I have one of my friends managing my page, and I just want to tell everybody thank you for the well wishes, thank you for the support, thank you for being there for me. And this is going to be the most important time that I need y'all, because right now all of my human rights are being violated.
And this is why you don't do shit to end up in jail. Knock, knock. Who's there, bitch? It's called jail. Guess who runs the jails? Racist white people. Dun-dun-dun. I can't believe it. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. That's exactly why you don't do stupid shit. Like, try to get clout off of hating somebody and threatening to kill them on the internet. That's why you don't do that. Because you go to jail. And do you know what happens in jail? Now you don't have a choice in who's bussy or how your pussy's getting spread. Now you don't have a choice. You used to have a choice in the matter. You used to be able to pick the fucked up nigga you wanted to have sex with. Now, maybe not so much. This is why.
Do a lot, and I just really, really need y'all. Like really, really. Like I really need y'all. I know I never came on here talking about I needed people, but I promise you I cannot do this alone. So please help me. And I appreciate everybody, and I love y'all. And of course, eventually I will be free, and we gonna be back to doing what I was doing before.
Did y'all hear what he just said? I'll be free and I'll be back to doing what I was doing before. What? So you're going to go back to threatening people on the internet? inciting violence and hatred through your rhetoric?
And of course, protect real women. What's up, everybody?
So you haven't learned your lesson. You know, I don't be wanting to call people slow. But it's just a touch. A little bit. He's just a little touch. He will do sometime. I'm sorry,
What's
y'all.
up, everybody? Of course.
I can hear the delusion in his vocal cadence. I can hear how delusional he is in the cadence of his voice. It is so very, very sad. He's not like helping his case, y'all. He's not helping his case. Getting on the internet and telling everybody that when you get out of jail, you're going to go back to doing the same thing. And, you know, it's just protect real Black women. And I'm just kind of like, I feel like it should be protect all people. For real, for real. And I'm not about the all lives matter the situation. I'm not. But I damn sure don't feel like we should feel like trans women should be murdered and killed for existing. I would hope you would not feel like that, because that is insane. That is psychotic.
Morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and some gentlemen, whatever time you may be listening to this recording. Today is April the 11th, and of course I am the DL Whisperer, coming to you from the Gilmer County Detention Center. I want to begin by saying thank you to everyone praying for me, donating to me, and working tirelessly to ensure.
Okay, hold up. I want to deal with this. Afro Butterfly said, we got a femicide epidemic. I don't trust any ex-wives, period. R.I.P. Selena Fairfax. R.I.P. Nancy Matera Bowen. So this is what I need for you to understand. The person that is trying to unalive someone is a XY, right? But in this situation, he's trying or praying for the unalivement of a trans woman. Another person who is not primarily trying to unalive women. At large, trans women are not committing femicide, but they are a part of a marginalized group that gets killed at large numbers by the same people that are committing the femicide. Do you see? These things are aligned because the same people are committing the crime. The same people have the same behavior. I know that y'all want to put trans women in a box with men because you don't trust penis. I respect that. I really, really do. But I need for us to come to the table dealing with situations as they are happening, with the understanding that in this situation, trans people in general are being killed at large numbers by the same people that are killing people with pussies. Pre-op pussy. I need for us to understand that. I need for us to get that. You can't feel like I'm okay with a sociopath because the sociopath isn't trying to kill someone with a pussy or wanting the death of someone because they don't have a pussy. Femicide is not the only issue. Trans women are not men. And the reason why they are hated so much is because they are adopting a feminine exterior, a feminine energy, because they are adopting a way of life that makes them feminine. That is the reason they are also being targeted. The same reason you're being targeted is because you are also feminine. What is being hated right now is the femininity. And I just need for us to come together right now over me. Because it's insane for the idea to be, I don't care that Naquin wants, and I don't know how to not say that you want to kill somebody when you keep kind of calling for their death. I don't know how else to say that. You want to unalive a group of marginalized people. I have a problem with anybody that wants to do that. I think I have room to be bothered by it all. I don't know about you. Maybe you don't have room, and that's fine, but me personally, every time I think of another fucked up thing, I have the same anger to the fucked up thing. So I'm not going to be like, y'all being transphobic and homophobic doesn't make me as upset as y'all killing women, because to me, it's the same problem. You feel like somebody shouldn't exist or somebody is beneath you, so you don't have to care about whether they live or die, and you can actually kind of plot on their downfall. See, the whole behavior of plotting on downfalls is the issue for me. You see what I'm saying? And in none of the stories that you read did a trans woman kill a biological female. You that's not the story you saw any of the times. But have your feelings. Have your feelings, they are your own. But I'm not cool with none of the shit. And the more shit happens, the more I get agitated with all of it. The more I feel like all of it's stupid. All of it is a part of the problem. All of it is making somebody's life terrible. I empathize with everybody, truly. In the ways that they deserve to be empathized with, I can just wrap myself around it. It's not that much of a move. It's not that much of a move, my love. Like, I know some gay men are a part of the problem. Does that mean I feel even less annoyed when gay men are the subject of homophobia? No, because it's still hatred. It's still homophobia. It's still y'all fucking with people. Stop fucking with people. Leave people alone. Let people be who they are. Stop thinking that you're better than somebody based on shit that doesn't really matter, like who you fuck. That's just where I'm at with it, y'all, because it all stresses me out. As a bisexual Black woman, it all stresses me out, girl. I was put through great trauma in life behind homophobia. And to me, homophobia is too fucking close to transphobia for me to act like I don't also have a problem with y'all wanting to kill people because they like to have titties and ass and fuck men. That's wild to me.
Barbara Allison Sosaby, contact the sheriff, Stacey Nichols, the captain of the jail, Misty Williams, and the DA, Bruce Roberts, to remind them that inmates do have rights. I have been told over and over that I do not have any rights, and that is false. I have been offered backdoor pleas and told to be silent. I will not be silent anymore about the treatment I'm receiving. I have been denied medical attention, adequate food, and court dates. There have been HIPAA violations and so many other federal laws broken. I have kept quiet for my own safety, but I do feel that being quiet only continues to put me at risk, which is why I'm deciding to speak up and stand up for myself. I'm not suicidal, and I'm not having any thoughts of self-harm. I have been threatened.
And even though I feel like Naquin deserves to be in there, because you cannot say you want to see the light leave out somebody's eyes and not have that seen as a threat to kill them? Like, I don't understand. To me, okay? To me, my opinion is when you say you want to see the light leave out somebody's eyes, you want to kill them. That's wild. Or you want to be there when they die, and that is also wild and odd. And that type of energy in any person behind something that they've never been, like, you have not been hurt by the existence of T.S. Madison. You may decide that you want to be bothered, but that's going on in here. That's something going on in here. That's internal. That's an internal struggle right there that you need to get together, Naquin. But the thing that makes me so upset is that, and it just like in the Caitlyn Bruce Jenner situation, y'all are really okay with these things that are harmful to people as long as they're not harmful to you. And I just think that that's not a good way to be. I don't like Naquin, and I really do think that Naquin is not a safe person for anybody to be around. Naquin gives evil vibes to me. Kind of creeps me out. That's just how I feel, okay? My opinion. But I still would vote for prison reform that made sure that he got whatever the hell he needed while he was in there, including food and safety from people stealing his pussy. Because I still think things like that are fucked up and shouldn't happen to people. I don't think you should be able to get out of jail and go back to inciting violence against T.S. Madison and other trans women. Yeah, no, I don't think you should be able to do that. But I also don't think that you should be in prison being treated like an animal, even though you were out in the world acting like one.
And in denied bond without any true reasoning. I have been denied court dates and contact information for any oversight for the jail. If you can hear my voice right now, please continue to sign my petition and contact the legislators, Barbara Allison Sosaby, NAACP, and any other agencies that are able to help with this issue. I will never stop fighting for my freedom and my innocence. I appreciate all the support and well wishes sent to me daily. You can contact me through jailatm.com. My inmate number is 17373. I love you all, and I cannot wait to be released so I can continue my fight to help women. And of course,
the fact that y'all think he helping y'all is insane. Afro Butterfly, who's not respecting consent? Because if you mean trans women, I would need to understand what of your consent is being ignored. They're not in sports, so y'all can let that go. Like, I'm not sure, like, how your consent is, you know, or anybody's consent. Like, a trans person's existence, I don't understand how that obstructs anybody's consent. And if you're talking about trans people not being recognizable as trans, is that what you mean? I'm not sure. But I don't know why that would be relevant, because everybody knows that T.S. Madison and Dominique Morgan are trans, so I'm not sure. But I'm just saying, I think that if you don't want people to take away your rights, you shouldn't advocate so loudly for somebody else's rights to get taken away. I don't know what he's helping black women do except for misdirect their anger. That's what I was asking. I was asking questions. I was trying to be sure about what we were talking about, because, you know, y'all don't speak in complete sentences. Y'all say things, and then I'm talking about a plethora of things, so I'm not sure exactly which one you mean, and I just wanted to be sure. But yes, no, the DL Whisperer absolutely doesn't seem to understand consent when it comes to staying the fuck from around people's house and not consistently trying to make his social media presence based on hating a group of people. Yeah, that's weird. Absolutely. And now you're trying to, and it's the funny part about it is Dominique Morgan and Dominique Morgan is like an advocate for prison reform and helping people in prison. And I'm sure especially helping LGBTQ. And the funny part about it is y'all treat trans women like shit, but throughout the history of gay people gaining rights, trans women have been at the forefront. Hello, Marsha P. Johnson? And I don't know where the boy mama at, child. I don't know where the boy mama at. The boy look
What's
like
up,
ain't nobody ever really loved it at him.
Allison supposed to be this issue. I will never stop fighting.
The reason why y'all see him here is because he brought himself over here and he's in.
Yeah. I think the DO whisperer is fixated on TS because he has mental problems and it's easy to blame other people than do the work to get better. I agree. I agree, Bad Witch. I agree, girl. It absolutely it looks like mental issues. It looks, and when I say it look like ain't nobody ever loved them, you know, I'm not saying that as a slight. I'm saying that as like a fact of why I think people act like that. They're miserable. Like the saying that happy hoes ain't hating and hating hoes ain't happy. That is a true statement, everybody. That's a true statement. People that actually feel love that it did by themselves or by their family members, they just don't act a certain way. I'm just saying. That's just my opinion, y'all. We're going to get up off of that. Let's move on. I do want to give y'all a little bit of piece of Dave Chappelle because I forgot to talk about this yesterday. Okay. Did y'all like the video or y'all being haters in the comments? Like, let me know what's going on. Netflix employees stage Dave Chappelle walkout. Lives are at stake. So, child, Dave Chappelle has been trending because he's blaming Republicans like Lauren Boebert for weaponizing his trans jokes that he made about trans people in his specials. Okay? Did Dave Chappelle forget that our powerhouse sister, Ashley Marie Preston, organized one of the biggest protests against his special that was transphobic while standing in solidarity with our trans siblings employed there? Did he forget? And what about the audacity of Netflix literally supporting him after? Did they forget? We all took to the streets. I didn't, and everyone else who showed up that day didn't either. In fact, it was on my 35th birthday. Yes, on Jupiter Return, showed up to support my sis and the trans employees of Netflix. In my view, I don't think Ashley has gotten enough flowers for her incredible work that I've been so inspired by for the past 10 years, because there are Black women that are not, you know, in the abyss of trying to find somebody else to hate, to blame for the issues in the world that really are the responsibility of the powerful. But I want to take time, okay? I want to take this time to love on and affirm her. Black trans women like Ashley has been, women like Ashley has been telling y'all about people like Dave, Caitlyn, etc. But now Dave wants to play the martyr and the hero. Dave did not give a damn about the feelings of trans people in 2021. So why the hell does he want to care now? And honestly, I've seen a lot of commentary about why they feel like, you know, this has even been something that Dave has been hyper fixated on. And it's because a lot of men don't realize how much they want to fuck a trans girl. It's the perfect combination for them. Like, I'm just saying, I'm just being real. And also, I just think that people are not as in these boxes as they try to be. And they try to force themselves in boxes because maybe at the beginning it's easy to put yourself in a box. But as you get older, you just want to do other shit. You want to try other shit. But you can't, because apparently it says something about your character that you might want to fuck a trans girl, Dave. And so you don't fuck a trans girl, but you become hyper fixated on them. Because, you know, attraction is not that far away from, you know, passion and hate. You can just transfer the energy. Yeah, I want to fuck you, but instead, I'd rather hate you. That's easier. That's better for me if I hate you versus admitting that I probably want to fuck you. Okay? It was fiscal. It was for the money, but it was also, I think, a reflection of one's own, because I think money is important, but I also feel like once people already have money, they don't do shit just because of the money. They don't. They do shit for their own selfish reasons, and money is just an add-on, a plus. It gives them a reason to do whatever the thing it is that they wanted to do in the first place. oh, I'm gonna get money for it. But I can also use this as a way to be hyperfixated on trans people and get out some of this aggression that I have, that I might want to fuck one, but I don't feel like it's acceptable for me as a black man to want to fuck a trans girl or a trans woman, or, you know, a femboy or whatever. Just coming back from Thailand, please understand that a lot of these men want to experience that. You should have seen how happy them white men was walking down the street with them lady boys down to the Thailand, child. A lot of them leave their wives, especially the white ones, leave their wives at home and go to Thailand half the year and be with a lady boy, girl. I told Lyric, I said, you have to stop pointing them out, Lyric. I know. He's like, I'm oh my God. I can't believe this shit. Like, it be like that, son. It be very, very like, oh my God, I can't believe this shit, son. Like, that's wild. But, you know, I'm a live and let live type of person, because I don't want nobody telling me what the fuck to do. My body, my choice. I want to do what the fuck I want to do with my body and my choice. And if I wanted to add titties or take titties away, bitch, mind your motherfucking business. If I want to have a pussy, you know what I'm saying? If I want to cut my dick up and fillet it and turn it into a sushi coochie, bitch, then that's what the fuck I should be able to do with it. Like, and if I just want to get some titties and swing my dick around, I should be able to do that. Okay. Now, I also feel like women with vaginas, okay, this is no disrespect to anybody. And I'm not going to just say chromosomes, because, you know, you got to come to understand scientifically that that's not always the case. There's always like a, you know, we say XXXY, I know, but scientifically it's more complicated than that. Scientifically it's more complicated than that. Okay. But what I will say is that even you don't have to be, you know what I'm saying, a trans woman for me not to trust you. Because pick me women with real vaginas are unsafe. Pick me women with real pussies that was born, it's a girl. She will set you up to be raped by a nigga. And so I don't have a need to pick a specific group of people. You know what I'm saying? Especially femme people to hate. That's just, you know, I could find so many men to do that with. And so many just regular women. Just so many regular bitches out there to hate, girl. I don't. I'm not going to add it to a marginalized group, girl. I hate you hoes individually. Okay? Some of you hoes I hate as a clique. I love y'all. And I just want y'all to love yourselves enough to not be hateful to other people. Because to me, sometimes being hateful to other people is only a reflection of the spaces in yourself that you aren't happy with. That's how that reflects to me. Oh, why y'all was tearing Tamera Mowry ass up like that? Tamera Mowry Housley. Tamera Mowry Heis. Girl, I can't even say it. Tamera Mowry Housley, bitch. Oh my God. Deontay Kyle said, sister, sister, I got my own mind. Do my own in my own time. Y'all been watching videos about these two. You know, that lady husband is racist, first of all. And she may not want to admit it to herself, but he is. And you know, it's not hard for, I don't think it's hard for a black woman to deal with being with a racist white man, because it's not hard for a black woman to deal with being with a bigoted, prejudiced, homophobic, misogynistic black man. So like, I mean, white man, black man, white man, whatever. You'll be with a nigga that hate women. You'll be with a nigga that hate you. Like, black women often find themselves with black men that hate women and specifically hate them. So it's not far-fetched to see how we could end up with, not Tamaga, bitch. I cannot with y'all. Okay, y'all was tearing that lady up. She popped up on Threads and y'all was like, bitch, return to sender. We don't want you here. We don't want you here, girl. We don't want you. We don't want you. We don't want you. Tamera is the reason, like, she's used as the reason for why y'all give a lot of black women that be with white men a hard time. This is why y'all don't like, not y'all, but y'all in black history, black men and black culture has created love-hate relationships with black women that decide to be with white men. But y'all let these niggas, Sidney Poitier, y'all let these niggas be the main nigga in charge with a whole white wife, fucking all of the white girls, creating all of the biracials, putting all of the money back into the white community. And that's the people business. You know what I'm saying? I believe love is love. And I also believe if you hate yourself enough to be with somebody because you hate black women, then that'll eventually destroy you. Because everything is everything. I am you and you are me. I'm just saying. So what you think will, is only when they tell you to, dig a grave for somebody else. When when you're digging a grave for somebody else, dig one for yourself. What that really mean is energetically, what you put out there for other people will come back to you because you are the other person and the other person is you. Not in real life, but energetically. Energetically. That's why, the main golden rule is treat people the way you want to be treated. That's like the only trick to this shit that people can't seem to really get down. Like you can't just be treating people like shit all the time and think that means you love yourself, girl. You do not love yourself like this. Ooh, girl, y'all was eating Tamera ass up. Tamera came on there. Hello. Hearts, 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 hearts. Somebody said, nope, go to hell. Tamera Mowry under fire after calling celebrity death of Charlie Kirk demons. Oh, girl, you defended Charlie Kirk? Y'all ain't even let her sit. Hold up. Damn, I can't start it over. They eat them up. Welcome, please. No, we run a strict program around here. No, for real. Because once you could start blocking people from talking to you if they don't follow you, strict program, bitch. They closing a door on her, grand opening, grand closing. Let's see. Comment section. Cookout close security. Who told you where we were? Why y'all acting like this? The way I flew first class to the comments, y'all did not disappoint, bro. When I tell y'all they was tearing that ass up, and somebody did, and I'm mad I didn't save it. I thought I did, but somebody had did like a full bullet point breakdown of all of the times that Adam Housley has done some racist shit, and Tamera has either said something, anti-black or stupid as fuck her damn self, or, she just gets hit up for whatever he says. And the main thing was him sitting up there talking about how, they should dictate food stamps because he saw people. He made up a story about his parents owning a corner store and how people would come into the store and do little scammy shit, like spend a couple of cents on a apple or a banana or something like that, or get it with food stamps so that they can get the money back so that they can buy cigarettes or alcohol or something like that. And it kind of annoys me because it looks at a situation with a lack of empathy. These are people in survival mode that are struggling, and usually the only little pleasures that they have are their vices. And their vices may not be good for them, but if you motherfuckers get to smoke and drink and eat whatever the fuck y'all want to eat after y'all get on and then get off very quickly of government assistance, let's not even talk about how the rich are on government assistance because y'all don't even have to pay the fucking taxes because y'all are always finding breaks every which way. To me, all of that is government assistance. When you don't have to pay your fair share because the government has put shit in place for you not to, that's government assistance, ho. Which is why I am a socialist and feel like Anything that you could make free, y'all need to make free. And I think everybody need to open up their fucking mind and stop thinking that people don't deserve a free place to stay or free food or free hot water or free internet or free transportation or free health insurance. Stop acting like people don't deserve those things for fucking free when they work and live in a system where they contribute their life force energy to it. If you don't work a day in the fucking United States, there's an insurance policy on your life, and when you die, money goes to the Federal Reserve. Know this. You are valuable as a fucking bum on the street as long as you got a social security number in this government. Stop being stupid. Because a lot of times, that's what black people were taught. And I'm one of the black people. I come from, oh no, we don't get on no government assistance. We don't take no handouts. You start to find pride in not taking no fucking help, even though they put a whole bunch of shit in place to keep you from doing well. You're not broke because you're not working hard enough. You're broke because during the Nixon era, motherfuckers decided they was going to close the door. Close the doors. Close the doors. And that's what they did so that they can keep niggas from getting it. So the mentality of ignoring what is in the best interest of everyone so that you can hurt a marginalized group, see how that's a part of the problem, baby? See how that's the issue here? You have to see that that's a pattern of behavior that persists in a whole bunch of different areas so that you can see how it's a problem in a whole bunch of different areas. And we need to stop having tolerance for it on all levels as far as I'm concerned. Because trying to compartmentalize this shit is just not working. It's not working. But he said some dumb shit, not only expressing his ignorance, but his lack of empathy. His lack of empathy for the fact that throughout the entire history of this country, y'all always let people smoke their cigarettes and drink their fucking alcohol in one way or another, even through prohibition. Y'all don't judge them white people during prohibition that was selling hooch and shit. Y'all make a whole brand new market about it. People go to different places in the South and all of that to see where they used to make this whiskey out the fucking ground. Usually because a slave needed to disassociate. Usually. A lot of this shit happened. A lot of this shit was stolen from black people. Please know that. The alcohols and all of that they didn't came up with. A lot of that shit is stolen. And happened because people was trying to find a way to not be so fucking stressed out. And guess who the most stressed out motherfuckers was? Most of your cleaning, utensils and shit. All of your cleaning appliances and shit like that invented by black people. Who the fuck was doing the cleaning and all of that in order to come up with this shit? Who needed to stop cleaning? Just because white people put their name on the shit don't mean it's true that they actually did it. This country loves stealing patents to shit and hoarding the ability to create some shit. That's the reason why you got Hollywood. I know y'all think it's so people can do creepy shit, but people do creepy shit all over the place. They do it in farms and in barns and in basement of houses in middle America and ranch style homes and shit. Okay? You don't need Hollywood for that. They made Hollywood because the nigga that made the light bulb, he created so much shit. No, the nigga like to steal patents from people and then hurry up and create a patent to make it so that nobody else can make a film camera or use a film camera without having to pay some money to Thomas Edison, bitch ass. Come on now, y'all. Black people are old. The black people, they are old. You are old. You are old shit. The least that motherfuckers can do is send you a little card with money on it to get food after you done picked all your ancestors, then had you got some of the worst fucking trauma in your life as a black person. Y'all think beating everybody is the appropriate response to everything. Do you know why? Because of the system of fucking slavery. Your kids need therapy right the fuck now in 2026 because of a line of fucked up, brutalized black people by way of slavery. They owe us everything. Stop trying to find reasons to not feel like people deserve way more than they're getting. They deserve way more than they're getting. And the mindset amongst a lot of people is to take what you can get. No. Want more for yourself. Expect more out of this life. Sorry, I be having to go off on tangents, but people be making me mad because it's just like stupid. Like, you don't know what you creating a whole narrative of how to dishonor people's contributions based on misinformation and your ignorance. How dare you, puss ass nigga? Now, while Tamera Mowry is triggering us with a racist white husband, we got Tia. Hold up. I'm finding it. Because I don't think I talked about Tia popping out with her new nigga. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. Did we talk about it? I don't remember. I don't think we did. No, I was out of town by then. We ain't talk about it. I just was like, my conversation was on it because I was talking about it. Because I like, all right, see ya. So first of all, they're kissing on camera. They know the cameras are there. They know the people are going to find out. They're in matching colors. These people knew that they was about to come out as a couple. Okay? All right? This is Javon Armada, an artist, designer, and educator living in Los Angeles, originally from Cleveland, Ohio. That's good. That's good. Those are good on paper stats. You know why it's good? I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why it's good. An artist, designer, and educator tells me you care about important things like educating the youth. Artist and designer tells me that you have a creative outlet in order to deal with whatever issues that you might have. And also, whenever men are in some type of creative space and they're also an educator, that tells me a person that probably is focused on personal growth. Because in order to be an artist, designer, and an educator, you have to be constantly taking in information and understanding the information in order to redistribute it in education, but then also to create art. And it means having some type of emotional connection in those things. That's why I said, and this is just based off what I'm thinking. I don't know this man. He could be a fuck nigga, okay? Y'all know these niggas will always be good on paper. But based on those things in connection with one another, it all, somebody that will work a regular job like that, like an educator, but then also will have their thing that makes them interesting, their thing that makes them artistic. Yeah, that's a man that's probably in a good headspace. Because to me, a lot of men, they don't have something that grounds them, like a love of education, while simultaneously having something artistic that makes them feel good about themselves. Niggas need creative things so that they can feel good about themselves. They just also need grounding forces so that it doesn't knock their fucking head into space. They need grounding things. And somebody having a love of education is a grounding thing. It means like always being in a mindset, to me, not all time, not all the time, y'all, but it means being in a mindset that you don't know everything. And when you understand you don't know everything and you're curious about things, that's a good sign to me. Because it means that, you'll keep growing as a person when you're always seeking information. That's how that comes up to me. And then in order for him to be in a relationship with Tia, I think you have to have a lot of self-assurance as a man, because a lot of men care a lot about the validation of other men. And a lot of niggas don't like Tia because she left that sour puss ass nigga Corey Hardwick. I don't care what nobody said. That nigga is who he played in them shows and shit. Like a nigga look mean to me. He always look mean. Okay? Y'all was calling him a YN, but the boy 35 years old. That's not a YN. He's younger than her. And I think that in this day and age, that's probably the necessary thing. It's probably necessary to be with a younger man because a younger man is sometimes going to act outside of the stale, restrictive, regressive, old ass, retired mindsets that some of you niggas like to hold on to. Like, y'all are more valuable as individuals than women, so women need to be at all times carrying shame about who they are as grown adult women. Y'all be wanting women to carry shame. And to me, it's because you carry shame. Trick daddy, old fuck ass. Okay? Dressed like the last dude that kissed you. This is hilarious. Yo, Tia, I love the fact that, like, Tia is I will embarrass myself millennial. I love that. You have to have that about yourself. You got to enjoy your life and not take yourself too seriously. People who take themselves too seriously are normally a fucking headache. That's exactly what Tracy Ellis Ross said, and it was true. It is true. And then I just heard Nia Long say the same thing.
Mr. Javani, we outside the Grove Museum, Sunny Los.
You know why? Because I think this is like the first time in history where younger men could possibly financially outpace older men because of social media. And because of that, an older woman can get with a younger man that has money and really does have the mindset of, I would love to steal one of you old niggas' fine shit. I would love to. You know why? Because this is the generation that grew up with older niggas being in competition with them for the girls their age. I bet you any money. When these young men, 35, 40 is growing up, they dealing with old niggas fishing for the girls they age with pockets that they don't have yet type shit. So now that some of these dudes are getting their money much faster, right? Getting on their shit quicker. You old niggas don't stand a chance. You old niggas don't stand a chance. You better do some inner work, nigga. Because really, the only thing that an old nigga can have for you is some money or a good personality and a giving heart. Because you niggas is old. So questionable dick ship. Ain't nobody got time for questionable dick ship. Okay? Got me out here questioning your dick hood. I don't have time for that.
Los Angeles, California. Check it out.
Then some of y'all have terrible attitudes. Why the fuck would I want to be with an old nigga with a tug and pull dick that got a nasty ass attitude? You niggas is fucking up. And y'all know I'm really thinking about Trick Daddy because Trick Daddy was just online talking shit about how he don't want to be with no woman his age. He need to be with a young girl. And I'm like, yeah, because that's the only ones that's desperate enough to let you climb on top of them and do your business. A woman that done aged and been around and lived a life knows a nigga that's there to drag her self-esteem through the mud because he will never like himself because he is no longer attractive. Ugly niggas are the worst people in the world to deal with. I am so very, very happy that, like, my instincts when I was younger for choosing to be with Lyric, like, I'm so glad that some of those things have very much worked out in my favor. Bitch, may the odds be in your favor. It's dangerous out here. My eye be like this all the time. And when I tell y'all, listen, the nigga is fine shit to me. The nigga is fine shit to me. I don't care what's going on. I don't care what's going on. I'm going to always look upon thy face with warm feelings, okay? With warm feelings and high gratitude when I look upon thy face. And I truly believe the fact that my nigga has never, he been fat, but he's never been ugly. And you could be a tall, fat nigga with a nice face and a good attitude. My God, on today. Never really had to feel ugly like that. I'm so grateful. Because ugly niggas are worse than broke ones. They're always trying to humble you. Yeah, this nigga has great teeth. Nah, seriously though, when we first got together, this nigga's cute. This nigga's cute. He's got a nice size, you know, I like me a nice size nigga. You know what I'm saying? A nice size nigga. I like that. Got a good nose. Got a good chin. Oh, he's a real artist. That nigga that's drawing. All right. Okay. When we first got together, I like at the beginning, because I viewed him as family, like a family friend, I wasn't really thinking about it like that. But when it clicked on for me, and it clicked on, he made me laugh too hard. And when I laughed too hard, something just kind of happened. And then I started looking, like really looking. And I kind of got obsessed. I was stalking his Facebook for a minute. I was stalking his, I used to go look. That was like, I can remember right now, like the pictures I used to go and look at all the time that he just really looked good in. And, you know, to this day, I'm always grateful that no matter what, y'all can say what the fuck y'all want to. I chose somebody that I was very much attracted to. I know everybody thinks I love the girls so much. They're cool. Don't get me wrong. Nothing like a beautiful woman. But I am always very much like grateful for the fact that I still like that nigga's face, man. Mm. Mm. I even like taking pictures of him. I'm looking for this story, y'all. Fuck with me. Like the video. I'm trying to find the Kanye. The Kanye. Let's get to the problematic men portion of this live. Like the video. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Mm-mm. Hype me up. Mm-mm. You were on your bed kicking your feet while stalking? Nah, that's not a comfortable position for me. I'm actually the type to be sitting just very low on a sofa or in a chair. Okay, like I'm. I'm a like this type person. Okay. Yeah, I'm not having nasty thoughts. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Maybe. Okay. So Kanye Twitter. Wireless Festival is officially canceled after UK government blocks Kanye West entry after major brands withdrew their sponsorship and the United Kingdom denied Kanye West entry into the country. The Wireless Festival has officially been canceled. In a statement, Wireless said, as a result of the Home Office banning Ye from entering the United Kingdom, Wireless Festival has been forced to cancel. All ticket holders will receive an automatic full refund. Ye applied to travel to the UK via an electronic travel authorization on Monday, but his application was blocked by officials. A spokesperson for the festival also told The Guardian. So this came after Ye did a live show with, I'm not even gonna front on him, a very awesome stage show. They were on a globe. It looked beautiful. You know, it was definitely giving Brandy, sitting on top of the world, top of the world, top of the world, top of the world, sitting on top of the world. That's what it was giving. You know, the people think that I'm not the same girl. I'm not gonna do it because I can't remember the words. What makes them think that I have changed? Yeah. I'm just trying to be me, moving on. Some people think that I sitting on top of the world, sitting on top of the world. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to find a video from Kanye, but maybe I didn't save that one of him on Top of the World performing with Lauryn Hill. But I was just like, and then Chloe and, you know, some other celebrities were like, cheese this the fuck, right? They were super duper excited that they were at a Kanye concert. And I'm just like, you know, and then right after that, Chris Brown and them announced their shit. Chris Brown and Usher, you know, and I'm like, didn't that nigga punch you in the face? Now y'all going on tour? Wow. Usher, something tells me you have a real, you know, allegiance to loser shit. It makes me wonder how you've abandoned yourself as a person throughout the years if these are the people that you come in defense of, right? Like, and I'm not, you know, I'm not in a space anymore feeling like I want to judge y'all about this, okay? Because to be honest, I feel like these things will eventually harm you in one way or another. I hope in not too bad of a way. But as a woman, what I've learned is sometimes when we have like a mindset of not caring about certain things, it translates in other spaces in our lives that are more personal. Like, if you're the type of woman that don't care about these things, in this moment, it may not really matter. But in another moment, it might. And that's just based on what I've seen, girl. But I still feel like if we just look at the situation, y'all just finished touring. Both of y'all just finished touring. Didn't people just finish paying their money to come and see y'all? Y'all some greedy little bitches. I feel like the girls just came from seeing y'all. I've never liked Usher. I want to be clear. I feel like I was forced to like Usher when Confessions came out. I didn't like Usher for a plethora of reasons, but when I, like in high school, my girlfriend was obsessed with Usher, and I was just kind of like, girl, shut the fuck up. That wasn't the only reason I couldn't stand him. I've told y'all before, he just always gave douchebag to me. He just always gave douchebag. He always gave full of himself. He always gave the type of man that will look you in your eye with like this kind of condescending look and make you like him, and then turn around and play you out in front of people and like disrespect you and act like he ain't never had his face in your ass. Like, he always come off like that, right? Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? So like, I've just never really saw it for Usher, but I also respect talent and hustle. Right? I'm a New Orleans girl, baby. I'm a black girl, baby. I respect penmanship, okay? Good cursive writing. I respect showmanship. I respect style. And I respect hard workers. Okay? And these are two very hardworking men. And y'all, I used to defend Chris Brown when the thing originally happened with Rihanna. Also, once again, that is not the first or the last time he's been violent. And I think in general, I find it problematic when we as a society decide that somebody can go through society being violent to anybody that they choose, and we just let it happen. Because to me, I live in like movie land, right? So when you live in movie land, when you see shit happening, you can literally put it in the form of a movie in your mind. And when you can put something into the form of a movie in your mind, it personalizes it. And for me, it means I can see how it would happen on a real level. I think people often separate themselves from the things they see. But when I see somebody like Chris Brown, I think of how the story is told through not only his lens, but also all of the women that will love him and try to, I'ma love him through it, you know. All of the people around him that will see the talent and want so badly for him to be a better human being. So they keep giving him chance after chance after chance. And he knows that they will. And he takes advantage of that fact, right? And switches up on people, right? One moment, the sweetest person in the world, love bombing the shit out of you, you know, fucking you retarded. And then the next thing, treating you like shit whenever it becomes, you know, a thing. And then he's abusive to you, does some fucked up shit to you, leaves you, right? He might fuck over you, cheat on you, beat you, then leave you for another bitch so he can further embarrass you. Then he'll turn around and stalk you as you're trying to move on so you can't move on. Then you'll see him online doing phony shit with other people and you'll get jealous and you'll miss him. Time will go by. You'll forget about some of the pain. He might come back around. You get fucked out real good. Now you're back in the cycle all over again. Chris Brown absolutely represents a real person. Like, I don't understand. And how it looks in the movie is that at every turn when he could be held accountable in a way that might force him to change, somebody lets him get away with it because he's famous and because he's an artist and because y'all really enjoy when he does those backflips and dick pops. And that's cool. That's cool. But in my mind, yes, it also, the touring and all of that is the money that you're paying for all of the lawsuits, right? Every time you decide you want to smack the fuck out of somebody, in your mind, you're like, oh, I can just make the money. They'll sue me. I'll pay the lawyers. If it's something we could break apart, it'll just go away and I just got to pay and I got my lawyers on retainer anyway. So I got to pay them anyway. So in his mind, as long as I can dance and sweat and make my money, I can keep going around knocking niggas in the head with bottles whenever I feel like it. I can keep having moments with women that might be considered rape, but there's no proof, so it didn't happen. Even though I knew she told me to stop. I heard her. I just didn't want to stop, so I ignored her. But I'm Chris Brown, so she'll still fuck with me the next time she sees me. Even though she knows what I did. I know what I did, but I'm going to act like I don't know. I'm just saying, in my mind, in the movie, based on a nigga like Chris Brown, on the SVU episode about a nigga like Chris Brown, that's what happened. And see, even though people only see this tour as one abuser and an abuser apologist are normally abusers too. You just haven't found out about them for real yet. And people still question that whole herpes thing that went down. And think what it, in the movie, we don't know if it happened like that, but in the movie, Usher is the type of person that would be full of himself enough to know he has something. In the movie, we don't know if this is made up, girl. Allegedly, this is made up. This is not a real thing. I'm not saying this happened. This is a possibility of how the movie would look, and this is why I feel how I feel about these niggas. I'm just explaining it in a way for people to understand what it looks like to me from the outside looking in. I don't know them personally. I could be wrong. But Usher reminds me of the type of person that's smarter about the things that he does, but also extremely fucked up and full of himself in the things that he does do, because the mindset of a man that knows he has an STD but still goes around having unprotected sex with people because he's Usher, on some level, you're doing risky behavior because you can get away with it. Niggas do stuff like that. Usher is at least emotionally abusive, cheating on Tamika with her best friend in Bridesmaid. My God, on the deck, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Yes, also the fact that the rich are only being taxed 2.2%, they're robbing us. Us, the working people that pay way more than that, they're robbing us. And it's also quite abusive to put us in this situation just so that they don't have to be slightly inconvenienced. It's abusive. They're a part of that group of people as well. But who cares, right? That doesn't matter. None of this matters. People will go to the show, right? People are going to go to this show. They're going to get dressed up. They're going to have a good time. Them niggas going to dance and slide across the floor and dick pop and feed fat bitches cherries. And they going to make their money. Not the Bumps and Bruises tour. I hate y'all. And it'll all have been a good time. It'll all have been a good time. But what I will have in my mind now about Usher is the fact that you are the person that I always thought you were. And I don't even know you. But the way you came out in defense of Diddy recently, something probably done out of necessity. But at this point, what it means to do it means to be a advocate for men being abusive and being able to get away with it because they're famous. And I don't really think that's right, y'all. I don't think that's right. I don't think that people should be able to get away with doing the type of shit that Diddy has been doing to people for all of these years. Like, I don't think that's right. And I think that further supporting them is, unfortunately putting money in their pocket to help them continue to help other predatory people get away with what they do or just be predatory, right? That's what it does, and that's unfortunate. And I'm not going to say that, I feel like that's not anybody else's load to bear but their own. But it's the same people that will ask you about, in the R. Kelly situation, what about the parents? It's like, well, everybody has a responsibility at some point, and nobody wants to take even the slightest bit of responsibility in the way these men are able to do the shit they do and just get away with it and continue to have people screaming their names when they come out on the stages. Even if a bitch is screaming, stop, Chris, stop, night right before. Oh, God. And a lot of women, a lot of women's mentality that I hear a lot when it comes to this shit, confessions and concussions tour. Girl, y'all play too fucking much. Especially right now. Like right now where, again, the femicide rate is high. The DV rate is high right now, which this always happens whenever the country goes through a recession, whenever the regular man is being disenfranchised, even if he's agreeing to his own disenfranchisement, because that's what these men did when they voted oh boy in, right? You voted for your own downfall as long as it meant you could stand on top of somebody else's shoulders, which is women's shoulders. White men are doing this too, y'all. Everybody's doing this. White men are doing this. That's why they are the way that they are, because they self-abandon on a normal basis. They think that that's the way you should be. But for women who need to be connected to themselves, for so many reasons, that's just not it doesn't not feel like you're choking yourself. It feels like you're choking yourself. At least it did to me. The times where I was in a haze of some sort, not really being connected to myself and to my body and shit. So let's move on, y'all. Oh, wait. No, before we move on. Kanye sued for battery after allegedly punching man at Chateau Marmont. It looks like Kanye is back to dealing with some serious legal smoke right now. According to TMZ, the rapper is being sued over an alleged incident that went down in 2024. If you know anything about that spot, the Marmont in Beverly Hills, you already know it's where celebs go to lay low, not throw hands. The unidentified man behind the lawsuit is accusing Ye of battery and infliction of emotional distress. The man claims Ye punched him during an altercation at the hotel, not just once either. So here's the thing. Kanye is unhinged. Everybody likes to keep ignoring the fact that Kanye does a lot of abusive shit to his wife. He does a lot of abusive shit to Black people. He uses our pain as a marketing tool. And I know that Black people like to create this separation between, and it's not us. Like, obviously Jewish people, I think, don't like to deal with the fact that you're white, honey. To us, and in the way that you are able to deal with us, you are able to capitalize off of appearing white in order to have a leg up and further take advantage of Black people. And it's been done all over the place in entertainment, and and everywhere else. Okay, yes, it has been done. Absolutely. That's one of the main gripes that Kanye has had. However, you don't complain about a group of people being able to put their foot on your neck because of what they own, and you turn around and use your own people's disenfranchisement as a marketing ploy to get all of those corrupt, weird-ass white boys listening to your music and buying your expensive-ass ugly clothes and shoes and shit. Because that's what he did. I don't like that. I think it's disgusting. I think it's hypocritical. I think it showcases the character and the mindset of Kanye West. And I don't care to ingest the music of somebody so full of hate. I don't care how many church choirs that nigga pays or don't pay. He is exploitive and abusive. As an employer, as an artist, as a husband, and I'm sure as a father. But a nigga daughter shows an emotional attachment to a wayward nigga that's her daddy, and y'all think that mean he a good father. Because his daughter like him and he put her on a song and shit. Kanye's a terrible person, y'all. And I know that don't be mattering, but when a terrible person is responsible for the mindset of a large group of people, and that large group of people voted and has an attitude towards people like me that harms people like me, I can be mad at Kanye for his contributions to white supremacy. Because he wanted so badly to fit in with white people that are still going to treat him like a nigga. And he knows that. And instead of changing his perspective and stop being a whore, but in people's validation, he decides to double down and triple down and quadruple down. And so, yeah, y'all, I'm not fucking with Kanye. I could never be Chloe Bailey with a smile on my face like somebody got a finger in my coochie and is feeling real good. Like, no. She was way too excited. I just, like, go to the concert. But why you gotta be doing all of that? To show us how excited you are about being at this weird ass nigga that is in some ways extremely responsible for the current climate that we live in, y'all. Kanye is somewhat responsible. I would say a good 15% responsibility can go to Kanye West for how MAGA influenced culture through his music, his image, and who he aligned himself with. Kanye was one of the first fucking people with Make America Great Again hats on, going down to the courthouse talking about, yeah, man, Donald Trump's my bestie. Because two narcissistic niggas rubbed dicks and I guess maybe gained a little bit of power in the process. Wonder dicks, activate. Hate these niggas. Shit, they hate me. That's why anybody, like everybody that's acting like they didn't know what the fuck was going on and they're so sorry now. I was being generous with the 15%. But you know what it is. Oh, girl. Then, while I was out of town, girl, Offset got shot, right? I think that happened. Then he got released from the hospital. Offset also has a gambling problem. And we believe that's probably how he got that bullet in his ass or wherever he was shot. Rapper Offset is finally back on his feet and letting folks know he's good after a scary situation down in Florida earlier this week. Word first broke that the 34-year-old artist was shot outside the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, sending fans into a panic. But now that he's out of the hospital, Offset is speaking for himself and keeping it real about where his head is at. Thank you to everyone. Hold up. Is there a video? Thank you to everyone who's checked in on me and showed me love. I'm good, but I'm planning to be better. I'm focused on my family, my recovery, and getting back to the music, realizing that life is made up of quiet wins and loud losses. Life's a gamble, and I'm still playing to win. Set. Whatever the fuck that means, nigga. Because it sounds like you're not taking the issue of your gambling problem seriously. That's what it feels like. Apparently, you owe everybody money. Stuffy now. Ugh. He owes everybody money, y'all. People that you wouldn't even expect for him to owe money to, he owe them money, girl. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the niggas. I don't know. Gambling, I do know. And honestly, it's not even really his fault. It's his fault because he's a grown adult man that's in control of his own life and needs to make better decisions. But what I mean when I say that is systematically the way they introduced online gambling to a already social media addicted group of people, and you add that with the already infectious personal nigga time that sports is, right? Sports is nigga time, girl. That's a time when men can do whatever the fuck they want. They can just be as aggressive and ignorant. They can watch. They can do whatever they want to do. And a lot of times they want to be aggressive. They want to be mindless watching a sport, but still being emotionally invested in something that has nothing to do with them. They want to project how they would like to see themselves onto the players. And they also like to watch homoerotic shit. They like homoerotic shit. They don't admit it. But some parts of football, to me, are homoerotic. It might be some straight niggas down there, but they doing some gay shit, is what I'm saying. And they know they doing gay shit. And a part of them is enjoying the fact that they're doing gay shit, but nobody's going to say that it's gay shit because they're playing sports. Grabbing niggas on the ass. All kind of shit. All kind of gay shit can happen in sports because you can just call it aggression. I want y'all to understand that. That's why you got to be careful about niggas that like to be too aggressive during sex. What you being aggressive during sex for? Why you always trying to act like you want to strangle me to death? What are you angry about? Why are you relating violence and sex so closely together? See, the way I think about things is that if you're relating violence and sex very closely together and you like a violent sport, then you're also thinking about sex when you're watching that violent sport. And a lot of women who claim to like football, y'all also watch that shit because y'all watching niggas in tight pants be aggressive. And then, now, I don't know if y'all saw when Michael Jordan was seen touching that kid's ass. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I think this might be that kid's dad, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't want to be wrong about that. But I think because Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan, he's allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants to do. So he does shit in plain sight that I believe is telling.
Along with his partner Denny Hamlin in 23-11. Regan. Along with his partner Denny Hamlin in 23-11. Regan.
One more time.
Along with his partner Denny Hamlin in 23-11.
I want to be perfectly clear And this is the thing I feel like everybody be missing when it comes to the Bible and the story about Sodom and Gomorrah. The story is not about consensual grown men enjoying sex with each other or a romantic relationship with each other. That's not what that's about, y'all. It's about rape. And yes, asserting dominance. What we just saw here is not two niggas that's doing gay shit in front of each other. No, 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 no. To me, this looks like when a big black man with a lot of money has enough power to do shit to people and get away with it. And those people feel powerless in his presence. And so they have to allow him to do things that they really probably don't feel really good about, that they're not comfortable with. The way Michael Jordan put his hand around this man's neck was a power play. He also knew that Denny Hamlin was upset because he rubbed his head and laughed at him like, oh, you're upset. And he's doing it on camera in front of people because he knows that Denny Hamlin isn't going to do anything or say anything for a plethora of reasons, I'm sure. And also, he's Michael fucking Jordan. He is towering over that man in a way that makes me feel like that man was not comfortable for a plethora of reasons. People are in the comments laughing at this shit, but look at Denny Hamlin's face.
Reagan. Along with his partner Denny Hamlin in 2311. Reagan.
It's almost like he's not even in his body. And Michael Jordan finds this hilarious. Ooh, you gotta pray for the people. I don't know what's going on at NASCAR. I don't know what's going on at NASCAR, girl. I don't know what's going on at NASCAR, girl. I just feel like whatever's going on, it ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. Let's move on. So somebody had said something about Clarissa Shields, and then I believe Clarissa went on a rampage of threatening to beat people's ass. But I just wanted to see how I felt about what the lady said. And then we're gonna talk about Papoose, because Papoose been playing that lady like a soybean burger, and it's just very unfortunate. And this is what we don't, this is why we tell women to stop being my man, my man, my man, because my man will embarrass the piss out of you by never being my woman, my woman. And because of the nature of men, they have to literally love your dirty draws, girl. And not in a performative way, in a real way. They have to be willing to be called a simp by a secretly gay nigga in order for it to be real. That's why I didn't like the shit that went down with Lotto and 21 Savage. Because to me, men have to do a certain amount of pussy eating, proverbially, if you will, in order for me to feel like it's safe for you to act like that about them. Now that I know what I know, girl. Now that I know what I know,
Clarissa,
you can't be like that, sis. You can't be like that. Men smell that shit and it's like they smell blood. It's like they smell blood on you, bitch. And they a shark in the water. Do 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 do. That's not the right music, but bitch, you know the music from Jaws when you hear it. Or you might hear them fucking saxophones that people be playing all the time. Da, na, na, da, na, na, da, Oh, let me out. What? Let me out, oh.
She got ugly girl syndrome. She got ugly girl syndrome. And hear me out. But she got ugly girl syndrome. And we all seen it. We all see it. And no tea to nobody.
And look, what I just said. Ugly nigga syndrome will have you out here with a nigga treating you terribly. Ugly girl syndrome will have you out here letting a nigga treat you terribly. But being my man about it.
No tea to nobody, but this is just what I call it. I call it ugly girl syndrome because, okay, this is what I used to have. And I don't think I'm ugly. But I noticed a long time ago.
It's not based on if you're actually ugly. I want to be clear. These things are illusions that the world projects to us, and we just believe it and then internalize it and then make decisions based on those illusions that we have internalized. And really, they take advantage of us being young. They create a standard they know no one can actually uphold, not even the women that they use as examples of that standard. They play with your mind. They play on your insecurities. They bombard you with media that shows you what is supposed to be acceptable until anything else looks odd to you. It's brainwashing. It's not about you actually being ugly, sis. It's not about me actually being fat. That's not what it's about. It's about how I see myself in comparison to what I see out in the world or out on social media. I know better, but this is how I know the brainwashing happens because I can feel myself being affected by it. I'm just aware of it.
Ugly girls and fat girls treat a relationship different. They will cook, clean, do everything, wash,
That's why the girls with the big titties will be out there sucking dick and titty fucking and not getting nothing in return. It's because they feel like because they a fat girl, they got to just take that. That's not all the time. But y'all know there's a subset group of big titty bitches that will take all kind of titty fucking down.
Do all of the things. They treat the guy like a king because I can't do any better. I'm lucky that you even came over here. We see it time and time again where the guy thinks he is the prize and you lucky I'm talking to you.
And I thank God that no nigga has ever been able to do that to me. Now, these women have been able to pull that Jedi mind trick on me. I'm not even gonna lie. But there is not a nigga that's ever been able to convince me I wouldn't be able to get another one. They tried though. One of them was like, ain't nobody gonna ever like nigga, shut up. You don't even have to say that. Somebody already does. What do you mean? Somebody already does. Already. It ain't never been hard for me. It's never been. That's a blessing. Listen, it's a blessing. I'll take the pretty privilege of never really having to worry about not finding somebody child. What the fuck? What? Bitch, I extend my arm outside a window. I wouldn't have to wait long. Look, y'all, dick. I found it.
She has ugly girl syndrome. What happens in ugly girl syndrome when a girl thinks that, oh my God, I'm so ugly or I have not, she's built, we're watching her building her, we are watching her build her confidence. But the problem is she's building it in response to a man. She's not building it in response to women. So it's allowing her to become male-centered, but male-centered in a way that she probably has never, ever really been able to come. We see this happen, and it does not, dark girls who are not traditionally, well-kept and who got the moms who make sure they're in the best outfits, their hair done, all of those things, they are hated upon in the world. Clarissa got ugly girl syndrome. No, I have I whoop your ass syndrome. I have I beat a bitch up, I beat a nigga up syndrome. I have I love my man syndrome. I have I wear what the fuck I want to wear even though y'all say that I can't dress syndrome. Like, what make you, like, how could you say that I have ugly syndrome? I have ugly girl syndrome. What
Because of the way you let that man play with you. The way you go up for him. The way you just said, I'm about my man. Yeah, girl, shut the fuck up. That's what a lot of y'all don't understand. Shut the fuck up. The only reason that I feel comfortable getting up here and telling y'all my man type shit is because, first of all, the nigga is consistent as fuck. It's been like 15 years. He's the same person. He's grown. He's grown. He went to get something to eat. Okay? The nigga work hard. Okay? He does, how to apologize. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of good shit going on. And it's been going on consistently for such a long time that sometimes because I give off I hate men, I can get up here and pop my shit right quick. Not as a way to like push it in anybody's face, but to let you know my ways work. I'm not putting my life up here for y'all to like measure, but sometimes I just be like, just in case y'all was confused about this shit. Cause they will think you ain't got no nigga or some shit like that. They'll think that. And so sometimes I have to come in and let everybody know, don't be confused. Okay? Just so you'll know that my ways work. Okay? For me. You gotta do what's best for you. But I also, as a way of being now, understand that what I learned from men when I was more male identified is stoicism. And what these niggas actually respect, they may not always agree with, they may not always like it, but respect is extremely important to me. Because if you don't respect me, I can't fuck with you, especially now. Now, if I get any little hint of disrespect towards me as a woman, oh. I ain't fighting you. I'm not cussing you out. I'm not extending no energy. I am cutting off all of the energy that I give, and I give a lot of energy. And when I cut motherfuckers off, it hurts. Because I know how to show up. So when you show up and then you cut that shit off, it hurt. I learned this shit from niggas. Okay? I was paying attention to the shit that y'all did. And it taught me to be way more reserved about how I give up love, how I show up in love on people. Yeah, bitch. Be about it. Stop fucking talking about it. We having conversations. I'm trying to give right now. But in general, you especially if you ain't got no man, if you out here looking and all of that, or if you just dating, or if you ain't really sure about that nigga, girl, shut the fuck up. Don't be, y'all really be out here thinking that y'all need to convince somebody of y'all resume. Oh, I cook, I clean, I do this, I do nail. Bitch, y'all be out here doing every fucking thing for a nigga, bitch. I do your taxes. I suck a dick and a hole a ball. And if you need me to, I'll stick a picky finger up your ass, nigga, whatever you like. Whatever you like. That y'all be out here running y'all resume for these niggas, trying to prove something. And the whole time I'm like, bitch, stop embarrassing yourself. You ain't got nothing to prove. You walking around with a hot pocket, bitch. Shut up. Shut up. They should have to just wait and see what you working with. All of that, what you bring to the table, nigga, you get out the line. Get out the line. Get out the line. Y'all don't have no conversations like that with no niggas. That's some new shit. That wasn't going on when I got with my nigga. I did just show up doing these things and being like this. Like, I would hit him, to me it's Mac. I admit, if I'm, man, come over, I'm a cook for you. But I was already, because me and Lyric was friends. So we was already cooking for each other as friends. We used to have like little group, meetups, and we would all cook something and bring something. Everybody was always cooking. So at the end of the day, we ain't have to do a lot of selling. Nigga already kind of, it was already there. I ain't got to talk too much. You just show up and you be it. But what you don't do as a woman is go around advertising yourself like you on a fucking commercial, bitch. Have some couth. And not just that, but have some self-respect that you don't have to sell yourself like that. Because that is selling yourself when you up here telling these niggas what you do and how you do it and all of that. You don't need to do all of that. That's what ugly girl syndrome shows up. And you thinking that you even have to do all of that. You ain't got to do all of that. A motherfucker should be interested enough to find the fuck out. Fuck around and find out. But don't be out here listing all of the things that you bring to the table, bitch. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What are you talking about? I have get money syndrome. I don't bother nobody syndrome. Like, how can you?
Girl, you bother everybody. Thought I don't bother nobody. Girl, you bother everybody. Shut up.
Say that I have some type of syndrome that you're talking about when I don't bother nobody?
You're too defensive. You don't listen. You're too defensive. You don't listen. And this is what we say, bitches be young-minded. Because when you telling them, they think that you just have a difference of, no, this is not a difference of opinion, bitch. This is how this shit work. Listen, this is not a difference of opinion. This is how this shit work. And if you don't see it yet, it's either because you haven't seen it yet or you don't want to see it. That's the only options in this game with these niggas. It don't matter which one they are. As a woman, you have got to stand firm in who you are and what you coming with. Because men will really like try to manipulate you in all of these ways just to see if they can. That's why you can't be out here, my man, my man, my man, my man. Like, no, girl, not all the time. You know how long I had to be married to this nigga in order to get up here and say shit like that? We've been together since before social media, bitch. For real. Not Facebook, but social media as it is today. Yeah, we've been together since before that. We got together when you still had to have a college ID in order to get on, a college email in order to get on Facebook. That's how long me and that nigga been together. Been around each other. So please understand me. This is wisdom that we giving you. This is not no hater shit. This is not just the advice of a bitch. Oh, I don't need to listen to her. I don't care what y'all talking about. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care whether you straight, whether you gay. I don't care whether you homophobic. Weird bitches are watching me in the background. Listen to me, ho. You don't have to list off the things you doing to impress no nigga. If they talking to you, the impression has already been made. Don't talk about it, be about it. And don't be being about it with everybody.
I wear what I want. I make my own money. I'm successful. I mind my fucking business. And y'all steady come bothering me, but I'm the one.
I don't know, Clarissa. I feel like coming to the internet to tell everybody you was fucking somebody else's husband that we knew was not you minding your business, girl. That don't feel like minding your business.
No. I got I beat your ass syndrome. I whoop a bitch.
Girl, we know you'll beat our ass, girl. And some of us will open up fire on your ass, okay? Because, you know, some of us always know that there's somebody that could beat our ass. We're not dumb. We're from America. We know if we can't physically beat your ass, there's artillery for that. There's always a way. I'm an American, okay? I don't even understand. But yeah, I think that she didn't listen. And it would behoove her to listen. It would behoove all women to just reserve some of that, y'all. Yeah, especially when you in private. If you want to smother that nigga in love and all of that, great. But out in the world and in public and in front of people, stop laying that shit out on the street like that. Stop that. Because you don't have anything to prove to anybody. And it does come off like you selling yourself. And then when niggas see that, they view that as desperation. And they think they can then take advantage of the fact that you showing up like that. So that's why I'm telling you, anybody that's dealing with these, and y'all know what I mean when I say that because be women too. Be careful. I thought I saved this. Hold on, let me refresh this page. I could have sworn that I saved a video on the Papoose. Let me find it, Lord. Y'all work on my nerves on TikTok. Y'all just be not saving stuff that I know I didn't saved. Cause y'all keep trying to save a brother that don't want to be saved.
So now you guys are official. Are you guys living together at that point or just dating?
Absolutely not living together. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Clarissa has a property, her own home, and then she has other numerous properties. And I have my own property and my own places of residence as well.
Right.
Sure.
Well, I think
Sure,
at one point she
Papoose.
kind of flashed a
Sure.
diamond ring, so people were thinking, "Oh, are you guys engaged?"
I think you so badly want people to think that you're that guy, and I don't think you're really that guy. I think you use the women to pretend like you're that guy. That's what I think.
But I guess she said no.
No. We have bought each other gifts for different holidays. I bought nice gifts for Valentine's Day, Christmas, her birthday. So we exchanged numerous gifts, but never a ring.
Well, there was this fight in Detroit, and Rick Ross walked out Clarissa performing the Big Meech song, the BMF song. Was that the start of the problems with 50? Was it because of that?
Well, let's not act like 50 Cent needs a reason to start with somebody.
Okay.
Let's keep, yo, bro, listen, it's cool to be a fan of somebody or to be cool with somebody, but we got to call a spade a spade. Number one, he doesn't need a reason to start trouble with anybody. That's number one. Number two, she can walk.
So now you guys are official. Are you guys living together at that point?
Oh, really? It cuts off there?
Official. Are you guys living together at that point? I'm not implying that something weird.
No.
Happening.
I know most of the average internet bullshit. What are we doing here? She choose. Nobody's moving around here. Oh, let me not let this person.
I guess she said no.
No. We have bought each other gifts for different holidays. I bought nice gifts for Valentine's Day, Christmas, her birthday. So we exchanged numerous.
Hey, hold up. Why is it your business, Vlad? What do you mean? At this point, y'all, you can't keep blaming Vlad for asking the questions. You have to blame the niggas for caring more about attention than who they're spraying their information to. That's where the lack of self-control comes in, and it's something that y'all don't really see about this nigga. This nigga cares so much about outside validation. He cares so much about this image he's curated for y'all to see him as. That's all he cares about, is that y'all see him in a certain capacity, and he wants so badly to have sole control over the way y'all see him. And that is not realistic. And he's cracking at the seams because this relationship makes him look bad. And I bet you any money he treats that girl badly in private. In my opinion, he would treat her badly in private because she brings more attention to the fact that he's taking advantage of her. Something he would not have been able to be called out on with a woman like Remy Ma that everybody sees as, aggressive, right? Y'all will never see Remy as a victim in a situation with Papoose because of the type of woman that she is. And even though he thought it would be the same thing with Clarissa, what we're noticing about Clarissa is that Clarissa is somebody that has been traumatized and left behind in grades. She can fight and she can make money, but it's given traumatized to the point of slowing down your progress as a young woman, which means that she's regressed and she's already younger than him. She's regressed for her age and she's already younger than him. He's still married. He doesn't seem to really have any real income in order to keep up with the women that he's in relationships with, but he portrays it as if he does. All of that is a red flag. All of that, reminds me of a man in the movie He's going to be abusive emotionally, mentally to Clarissa. And it won't be hard because she's looking for love because nobody gave it to her. Because at the start of this, it's always neglectful, bad parenting.
Gifts, but never a ring.
Well, there was this fight in Detroit, and Rick Ross walked out Clarissa performing the Big Meech song, the BMF song. Was that the start of the problems with 50? Was it because of that?
Well, let's not act like 50 Cent needs a reason to start with somebody.
Okay.
Let's keep, like, yo, bro, listen, it's cool to be a fan of somebody or to be cool with somebody, but we got to call a spade a spade. Number one, you know, he doesn't need a reason to start trouble with anybody. That's number one. Number two, she can walk her to the ring whoever the fuck she choose. Nobody's moving around here, oh, let me not let this person walk me to the ring because 50 Cent might have a problem with them. That doesn't work like that. If he wants to work with somebody that she had a fight with or she got a problem with, he's not going to not deal with them because of Clarissa Shields. So that don't even make no sense to me. Like, you got to be realistic with this. Like, why? Sometimes they be just babying this dude, man. Like, what are we doing here, man?
Well, there was this one video that surfaced. Like, 50 was...
That was a bunch of fraudulent shit right there. All of
realistic with this. Like, why? Sometimes they be just babying this dude, man. Like, what are we doing here, man?
Yeah, all of that false bravado, false confidence. That's what I'm getting.
Well, there was this one video that surfaced. Like, 50 was in his drop top, I think Bentley or Rolls Royce, and Remy was with him, and he like pulled up, I think it was in New York City, and he dropped off Remy to meet with you.
Fake news.
That's not real?
Fake news, false narrative, internet bullshit, man. See, one of the things, man.
And hold on,
I'm gonna get back. I'm
not implying that something weird.
No.
Happening.
I know, but I seen what you seen, and just fake shit they do. You know what I mean? You know, when you go at it with a dude like 50 and you really shit on him and you really touch the nerve successfully, he got these little minions and these little dick riders who start creating fake videos about you. They start flooding your page. So that video right there, that was one of those. What happened was, if you watch the rest of it, you'll see 50, Remy, and myself sitting there having a conversation, laughing, joking. That's the part that they cut out. They were doing a commercial together. Some type of content or commercial, and me and her came there. In the process of them shooting the content, part of it was them to, you know, ride in the car or whatever to that degree. That was part.
Official. Are you guys living together at that point?
Okay. He was about to go into an explanation, child. I don't even fucking know. But let's see. All I'm gonna say is he is consistently coming off like he does not feel the same for her as she feels for him. That's the main thing. The main thing is he comes off like he does not feel the same for her as she feels for him. And in that situation, I would tell any young woman, I would tell any woman to stop emoting. Stop showing, oh, my man, girl, shut the fuck up. Don't ever say my man again. Don't say you want to get married. Don't say you want a baby. Stop saying all of that stupid shit. Stop it. Just stop. Be in a relationship, enjoy the relationship, but stop it. Stop impressing that out there. Y'all don't realize sometimes how even if you are trying to keep that man, and I don't think he's worth keeping, it's unattractive for you to be that thirsty to any man. To any man, even your man. Your man doesn't want you to be that thirsty, that clingy. They don't. And if they want you to be like that, it's because they want you to be insecure. They want you to be, if a man wants you to be running behind him and all up under him all the time, that's also because he wants to keep his eyes on you all the time and make sure that you're not doing anything. Like, girl, be clear. So with that being said, I want to get into how sometimes you can't praise people too loudly. And I say this all the time, that you can't praise men too loudly and you can't You know, you can't praise white people too loudly because you like a white person too much. You find out they did something racist, say something racist. Okay. That has happened time and time again with us as black people. We like a white person and then somebody go dig something up and we find out they Agatha Christie. We don't have time for that. Okay. And so in order for black people to protect their hearts at this point, we just got to leave y'all where y'all at a lot of the times unless y'all willing to really prove that that's not what y'all on. Okay? But we can't praise y'all too loudly because somebody going to come and find something racist that y'all did. And with men, you can't praise men too loudly because they will do something to disappoint you. I was in a Discord, shout out to the people in the Discord, and we were talking about King Harris and how ever since he had that baby, he's been staying out of trouble. And the things of him I saw on social media were him spending time with his kid, you know, forcing the kid to play sports, of course, but still spending time with his kid. Because, you know, when y'all do that, I just kind of be like, I know y'all like, you know, y'all think this is the only way that y'all can play with kids. But I honestly wish that as black men, y'all would do other shit with little boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all could paint with them and shit. Like, you don't only have to play a sport with them. Like, do y'all do other shit with these boys or do y'all just only want to play a game with a ball with them? Because I feel like y'all have started to do that to the point that y'all don't really focus on anything else but trying to create some type of, you know, athlete out of your kid. Like, that's going to save them from something. You know what I'm saying? Like, have other hobbies, men, besides sports. And like, you know, if you're one of those people that like to shoot shit, that's a sports too. Like, have other types of hobbies, men. Do artistic shit that's creative, that allows you a space to kind of lose yourself in creating something. And then teach your sons to have those hobbies as well. I bet you it'll help with their temperaments. Anyway, because, you know, funny enough, a lot of the men that I know around my way that escaped poverty and going in and out of jail is through art. In New Orleans, a lot of men that stay out of trouble are either artists or musicians. Just saying. Not that that always helps, but it helps way more than the niggas that just end up going in and out of jail or being a drug dealer or figuring out a way to scam and then get into real estate and then do Bitcoin. Like, there's a pipeline, girl. Yes, play chess. That's a good one. But like, there are so many things that I need for y'all to do. Okay? Make shit, cook shit. Right? My dad used to like to teach people how to cook all the time. He should have did it for a living. Maybe he would have been a happier camper. But niggas need creative shit, y'all. Stop making everybody think everything gay. Y'all being homophobic is making the young men have no real outlets. Because they think everything is gay. And if you think everything is gay, then you don't experience anything. You don't try anything. So you don't express yourself. If you don't express yourself, you're holding shit in. And when you start holding shit in, that creates aggression in young men. So the nigga was in a Pokemon onesie and he got arrested. And it's embarrassing. And I was just saying that he was doing good. And just like that, literally the next day, this story comes out. The cops were playing real life Pokemon Go with King Harris this weekend, it seems. He was arrested during a traffic stop in Georgia while wearing a Pikachu onesie. And that will make this shit funny. But to me, this is another arrest in a long line of possible arrest record history for King Harris. And I hate the fact that what black men don't understand, what black men like T.I. didn't really want to understand is that their toxic masculinity and misogyny is going to keep their sons from fully benefiting from the life that you've created for them outside of street shit. It aggravates me to no end nowadays when people act like they don't understand why King Harris is the way he is as far as getting in trouble. It's because his father not only rapped about, but lived a life that showed in order to have the respect of everybody, I need to have a fearlessness about getting in trouble and going to jail. I need to be able to get into an altercation and not pull back. I need to be able to possibly get arrested, do it over and over again, and withstand that. And if I can do that, that will get me the street cred and the respect that my dad got. Because otherwise, they're not going to respect me because I grew up with a father and mother with money, which automatically makes me soft. Then I'm light-skinned and I'm small. Yeah, he had to find a way to assert his dominance. That is why men have to make special work of not putting all of their manhood on how they show up in these toxic ways, in being violent, in being reckless, in being misogynistic, in, not having a discipline in any way except for in getting money. You have discipline when it comes to getting money. That's it. Or doing music. But you don't have the discipline when it comes to staying out of trouble and building your self-esteem on who you are as a person for real, and not the street cred you have to earn in order to get the same type of respect your dad got. And that's what it's really about. That's what it's really about. And that's why I get so aggravated with T.I., because it's like you get mad at him, but this is the example that you set for him, that the only way to really get respect is through the street. It's not just the art. In order to be respected in the art, you had to be respected on the street. And so you had to do shit in order to be respected on the street. You felt like what you were doing was out of necessity to get out of dire straits. And so it then appears to have not any, not the same value to a kid like King to be doing this, but it has the same value because the value is to prove manhood. And y'all really do think that manhood means being fearless about getting in trouble, being violent, being reckless, having a lack of dick discipline. All of those things make men to most people. To the point that if you act outside of that, they'll tell you you're not really a man, or they'll call you soft. And that'll equate you to being a woman or feminine. And we hate the feminine. You can't be that. So yeah, y'all. I feel like that's the reason why. That's the reason why. Because what you value affects your kids. How you value things. That's why you can't be talking that shit about, oh, don't do what I do what I say. Yeah, that doesn't work. That's stupid. That's stupid for you to think they're not gonna learn from what you show them and just what you tell them. When one of the first things they learn to hate about their parents is the disconnect between what y'all say and what y'all do. Because y'all love to shame and guilt y'all kids into being a certain way, and then you act outside of that. That was one of the things that used to piss me off about my dad. The way I can't act out of character in no type of way. I can't get an attitude. I can't huff and puff. I can't take a fucking deep breath without you perceiving it as disrespect. But you can play fight with me so that you can hit me, so that I will get mad and want to hit you, and then you'll have license to be angry with me. You can wait for me to have an accident, do something by mistake, so that you could hit me or beat me. You know it's a mistake. You know it's not being done in rebellion. And you still feel the need to hit me. What is you hitting me supposed to teach me? Not to be a klutz? That doesn't really work. You think it does, but it doesn't. Because when you become an adult and nobody's there to beat your ass anymore, you still might eventually knock something down or stub your toe or run into something in the middle of the night. And you're a fucking alcoholic that drinks until you fall asleep and then bumps into everything and almost lights the fucking couch on fire because you thought you were lighting a cigarette, but you were actually trying to set my damn headband on fire. What?
Anything like that of your driver's license? Yeah. All right, gotcha. Alrighty. So, do you mind stepping out and we're going to talk right here real quick, back here?
About what?
You need to step out of the vehicle.
Step out for what?
So there's a firearm in this vehicle. You're already speeding. You don't have anything on you. I'm separating you from the firearm.
Right.
Alright, are you going to get out of the car or not?
I don't, tell me why.
I already told you.
He just said he need to separate you from the firearm, nigga. You not listening? Y'all, I'm not one of them people that feel like you just need to obey police officers. Like, in general, like, fuck y'all. Like, seriously. But also, King, he just listed a bunch of shit that sound like a you problem.
Pennsylvania versus Mims. Are you
Because you have money. Why are you driving around under these circumstances?
getting out or not? Supreme Court case law. Are you getting out or not?
I don't know what it is.
All right.
And you don't even know. You want to do illegal shit to prove that you ain't scared, and you don't even know the laws.
If you do not get out of the car, you'll be arrested for obstruction.
You're going to arrest me for obstruction?
Yes, if you do not get out of the car.
I don't know why. I don't feel safe.
All right, if you do not get out of the car.
Your daddy is the intelligent adjacent who spent a lot of time in jail. You should know the penal code laws, nigga.
You will be arrested for obstruction.
That's what he should have been teaching your ass.
You're not telling me a valid reason why.
I want you to know the laws.
Like, Google it if you want to. It's not going to end well for you.
Let me call my lawyer, man.
You have that right, but you're not even under arrest right now. You're still just detained.
Stay in my car.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Get out of the car.
Hey, Quinn. So I'm pulled over right now, and they telling me I got to get out the car for what reason?
Because we're going to have a conversation back at the back of the car.
They want to have a conversation.
You need to get out of the car. Doesn't matter why.
Doing that. I'm not getting out the car because you want to have a... No, I'm not getting out the car.
Okay.
All right. So,
So at this time, you are under arrest. You are not free to leave. You are under arrest.
I'm not under arrest.
You are under arrest. I'm informing you that you are under arrest.
I'm under arrest for what? Hold on, my lawyer calling.
So the laws must have changed. So you know what happens when the laws change? When your parents are conservative because they think they're millionaires and that means they should vote conservative so they don't have to pay taxes. What happens is that those same conservative change penal code laws that make it harder for your rabbit ass son to be able to stay in his car and not get arrested for obstructing justice. Da-da-da-da. The more you know.
Hey, so a police officer is right here telling me I have to step out my car, and I'm telling him I don't want to step out my car. He's telling me to step out the car to have a conversation.
I've already told you you're under arrest. You're under arrest at this point.
And he's trying to tell me since I didn't want to step out the car, I'm under arrest. I'm under arrest.
But you are under arrest at this point, all right? So you need to get out of your car right now.
All right.
All right.
So this make y'all feel tough.
Not the slightest. All it does is give me some paperwork.
All right.
All you have to do is get out the car.
File your paperwork. You want me to get out my car to talk to me about what? There's nothing to talk about.
This is not your car. You're absolutely flying down the road at 70 miles an hour in a 45. There's
never had a police tell me to step out the car to ask simple questions.
Well, there's a firearm within like 2 feet of both of our faces. Yeah, I'm gonna have you step out of the car.
It's in front of you. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Well, not just that, you have an open THC container in the center console.
Okay.
Oh. All right. Who do you want to pick up the car and the gun? I gotta be.
So it's not his car. He had a gun. Isn't he already is he not a felon? Or was those he just misdemeanors and that's why he's able to be with a goddamn gun? So he got a gun, you got an open THC, child. I gotta get this clip, bro. Hold on.
30 minutes or less.
What happened at home with y'all? What y'all so upset about?
All right. Who are we calling?
Okay. We are over at 7050 Jimmy Carter
Just
Boulevard.
tell them American Deli.
Do you know about how long
American
it'll take you to get over here?
American Deli.
There's a lot of us.
American Deli.
7050.
American Deli.
7050
Jimmy
Carter
Now
Boulevard.
hang my phone up and lock my phone.
All right.
Hang my phone up and
How long
lock
will
my
it be
shit.
for you to get here?
Hang it up and lock it. Hang it up and lock it. Hang it up and lock it. Alright, now let go.
Yes, sir. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, my son detained.
Yes, sir. He's currently under arrest for obstruction.
Okay.
As well as a variety of other traffic charges. Yeah, he was caught doing 70 in a 45. He was instructed to step out of the vehicle because there was a firearm on the dashboard, and we wanted to separate him from that, and he refused.
Did he express his fear for safety?
We have we got to be safe too. He's right there with John. Right.
Understood.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So there's absolutely no way to resolve this.
No, he was told multiple times that he needed to get out of the vehicle. He was even told that, according to Supreme Court case law, he is required to exit a vehicle when he is requested to do so by a law enforcement officer. Pennsylvania versus Mims, he stated that, he doesn't have to, he doesn't want to. He was informed that he was under arrest at this time. He was still continuing to refuse to exit the vehicle. And it wasn't until his lawyer called him back and said, you need to get out of the car right now, that he got out of the car and was placed under arrest. Anything like that of your driver's license? Yeah. I got you. Alright, so do you mind stepping out and we're going to talk right here real quick, back here?
About what?
You need to step out of the vehicle.
Step out for what?
So there's a firearm in this vehicle. You're already speeding. You don't have anything on you. I'm separating you from the firearm. Alright, are you going to get out of the car or not?
Tell me why.
I already told you why. Pennsylvania versus Mims. Are you getting out or not? Supreme Court case law. Are you getting out or not?
I don't know what it is.
Alright. You need to get out of the car.
You're not telling me
If you do
why.
not get out of the car, you'll be arrested for obstruction.
You're going to arrest me for obstruction?
Yes, if you do not get out of the car.
I don't know why. I don't feel safe.
Alright, if you do not get out of the car, you will be arrested for
I don't
obstruction.
feel safe.
If you do not get out of the car, you'll be arrested for
You're not
obstruction.
telling me a valid reason why I need
That's
to get out
a
of the car.
perfectly valid reason. Like, Google it if you want to. It's not going to end well for you.
Let me call my lawyer, man.
You have that right, but you're not even under arrest right now. You're still just
I got the right
detained.
to stay in my car.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Get out of the car.
Hey, Quinn. So I'm pulled over right now, and they telling me I got to get out the car for what reason?
Because we're going to have a conversation back at the back of the
They
car.
want to have a conversation.
Then you get out of the car. Doesn't matter what.
I wanted to hear what they said at the beginning, but this right here is what came to my mind. New Orleans people, this what came to my mind while I was listening to that shit. Hold up. This right here.
Man, fake shoes, them two cut off beavers and that fake platinum had them watch you on the rest, buddy. Let's roll. Come on, man. Somebody call my lawyer. Say, baby, come get me out, Jeff. You heard? Baby, be gone.
Man, let me get the keys to. Okay, that fake Phantom watch. You going to jail, buddy.
Man, fake shoes, them two cut off beavers and that fake platinum had them watch you on the rest, buddy. Let's roll. Come on, man. G-code, baby. Somebody call my lawyer. Say, baby.
I'm sorry. Oh my God, that's what this reminds me of so bad. Oh my God. New Orleans is a place of creative, fucked up people, bruh. Baby, let it get the keys to the Rover truck. Man, he ain't nothing but a pussy. Tell him come get the fuck. They on Magnolia laughing about that shit you be talking. Oh my God. No, for real. I when I say that video got him killed, but it was funny. I know I always get mad about the fact. That's why I play it so much. Like I will play that shit all the time. That shit will, and I love Juvie, but that shit will live in infamy for me, nigga. That shit was hilarious. That shit was hilarious. You might have killed that nigga, but the laughs don't stop. That nigga laughing from wherever he at, cause he laughed through me, nigga. Every time I play that song. What's happening with you? You dissing a nigga too? You tired of living? You want your life to be through? You can't play it, but by your company? Do they have you out there? You got beef with wild boys, nigga? You think we really care? What you mean? Baby, let him get the keys to the Rover truck. Man, he ain't nothing but a pussy. Tell him come get the fuck. You in a Magnolia laughing about that shit. All right, y'all. We about to move on. It's about to get serious, okay? It's about to get serious. All right? But I did want to get that giggle out with y'all right quick. But I do want to get into all of the femicide, girl. We definitely about to get into all the femicide. So first of all, a lot of what I talk about is domestic violence, y'all, because it is what I was exposed to as a child in many different ways. Not even just between my parents, but in other people's relationships, in the relationships that I ended up being in at a very young age, as a teenager, as a young woman. And I am always trying to help women see And sometimes abuse is not always physical. Sometimes the physical is just the smallest part of the abuse that's meant to reinforce all of the other days that are mental and emotional. And because I am emotionally in tuned, but especially emotionally in tune to people that I live with, people that I love, people that I care about, I was very emotionally in tune to my parents, to the fact that their relationship, I was a part of their relationship. How their abusive, toxic relationship played out dictated my day to day. It dictated how things were gonna go for me, in any instance. My daddy being on bullshit at any given moment means being hit or punished for no reason at all, just because he was upset over accidents, whatever. Right? And really when I get older, I realized, because I was blaming myself the entire time, thinking that if I could be perfect, then he would not be this way. When he was looking for a reason to be this way, meaning that you're violent and you're looking for a way to be violent. And how you be violent is finding reasons to discipline your daughter. Being hyper controlling of your wife, making it damn near impossible for her to not upset you because of how much of her life you want to control and how stifling that is. And it's shit that you would never allow for somebody else to do to you, but it's what you do to the people you claim to love. And the reason why when I became 19, 20, a nigga couldn't tell me that, oh, I'm the only one that's gonna ever love you. Ain't nobody gonna love you like I love you. The reason why that nigga couldn't tell me that is because my daddy had already said it to me. My daddy had already told me what nobody gonna love him. Gonna love me like him. Oh, and your mama. I will never forget that. That was his exact words. My daddy used to talk to me all the time. And so sometimes I remember the things he say just as a part of how I think or how I don't think. But sometimes I remember exact moments. And that was a moment that I always remembered, is the way he was having this conversation with me and telling me that nobody was going to love me like he loved me, which is something that abusive people say to women. And I think that my dad gave me my very first lesson in what abuse looks like from the mental, emotional, and then the physical standpoint. Because the psychological abuse, that's the one. That's the one that's hard to break out of. And I would then repeat the same cycle of abusive, toxic shit. That's why I understand that it works like a drug and how it feels, because it was very potent to me back then. You know what I'm saying? Very, very potent, the feeling of being in abusive relationships, in imbalanced relationships, of how high the highs could be, but how low the lows could be, and how they could change so quickly. And what it means to be in fear, in physical fear of your father all the time. What it means to be in physical fear of most boys and men around you, even most girls. To always be in fear of somebody putting their hands on you. This is how I grew up. I was always aware of the fact that people like to fight and they want to fight me. This is why I become the person at some point that is, if you think we're going to keep fighting, it's going to end up getting brutal, because I'm not going to keep fighting over and over and over again. At some point, it's going to get jug. Or pop. Now that I'm an adult, not rolling around on the ground with nobody, because I never liked to fight, but people always like to fight me. And so because my dad was the type of person he is, what he taught me is that you have to out crazy people. You have to top their crazy. And I'm a Gemini. I don't know if y'all have ever seen a list of the signs of the craziest people. Bitch, I'm on it. I'm on it. And so with these life lessons, This is one of the main things that I advocate for, and that is women being aware of abuse. People, period, being aware of abuse, so that you don't end up in these situations over and over and over again, not fully understanding what's happening. Because to me, for a long time, I didn't fully understand what was happening, because people are playing with your perception of reality in abusive relationships to protect themselves. Once you are real enough with yourself and the world around you to admit the way people act out of self-preservation, no matter how much they claim to love you, they will hurt you to protect themselves. And sometimes it's protecting themselves from responsibility, protecting themselves from change, protecting themselves from growth. Because a lot of people don't want to grow, because growth requires accountability, responsibility, and a lot of energy that people don't want to exert. They would rather stay in the cycle of abuse that they used to. So, Dr. Cerina Fairfax was a respected dentist, a community advocate, who built a distinguished career while also dedicating time to helping others through outreach and charitable work. Fairfax earned her bachelor's degree of science from Duke University before graduating magna cum laude with a doctor of dental surgery degree from Virginia Commonwealth University. She later completed advanced dental training and became known for her compassionate patient care and commitment to her community. Her life was cut short on April 16th when authorities say her estranged husband, former Virginia Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax, fatally shot her inside their Annandale, Virginia home before taking his own life, what police describe as an apparent murder-suicide. Reports indicate the couple had been going through a contentious divorce and were still living together at the time of the shooting. Their teenage children were inside the home, but were unharmed, with their son calling 911 shortly after midnight. My heart is broken at the loss of Cerina Fairfax and devastated for her two children, Chris Brown said. Prayers to Cerina's children and family during this tragic time. And that's the husband, who was also accused of sexual assault, which is why he is no longer the lieutenant governor of Virginia. And this is another aspect of marriage that I believe is a possibility, because I witnessed DV. It is always a possibility for you to be in love with somebody that will one day attempt to kill you or beat you. So because of that, no, y'all, I don't promote marriage, and I don't promote these ideals that y'all think is going to save the Black family, when to me, it needs to be about the Black community, the Black village, not just the Black family, because the Black family is the Black nuclear family, which ostracizes the rest of the family and the community. It puts women in homes with just men and children with no real recourse for help when it comes to children, and nobody to see if they're being abused. It's how you don't know what the fuck is going on in people's households in order for any of y'all to be sitting up there talking about the life you think somebody has based on what you see. If you are not with them behind closed doors, I promise you, you don't know. I promise you, you don't know. And to me, you promote violence with men. You tell them that it's good for them to be violent. That's what y'all tell these men, that it's good for them to be violent because it means they're men. It makes them manly. It means that they can protect somebody, when really their aggression is never really used for protection. It's always used for abuse. Most of the time. And because I understand that, and that is my, experience and what I've seen. And, everybody's not like this, of course, but growing up in New Orleans, in Louisiana, period, the misogyny and the starch guidelines on how men and boys can show up in the world makes them very angry. It makes them ill content from early on in their childhoods and in their lives because of the way y'all are always trying to make sure they're not gay. I know y'all don't want to think that's a part of the problem, but policing them to make sure they're not gay is a part of the reason why they, I think, grow up feeling a lot of angst. It's not because they're actually gay, but because of the way you police them to make sure that they're not. Yeah, I think it's suffocating. I think it's suffocating. And it means that they have to prove that they're not. And when they have to prove that they're not, the way they decide to prove that they're not is by the abuse of women. Because apparently the only way you can prove that you're not gay is by being abusive towards women. Either by sleeping with them repeatedly without any real reverence for them or yourself, right? Or by being physically, emotionally, verbally, psychologically abusive, and then, jacking off with other niggas about it. Okay.
Folks, this morning.
Let's get into Roland Martin. So when I said what I said about how a lot of black men move, right? It's varying degrees of it. Roland Martin is the, I read the books, I'm smart, I'm pro-black, but it doesn't, the reading of the books doesn't take them far because they're reading the books in order to gain understanding for their own liberation, but for nobody else's. So they don't read the books that might take them into understanding truly what feminism means. They don't do that. They stay right in that Martin Luther King between the 60s and the 2000s version of a black man that wants to be woke to some extent will always fall short when it comes to women and how they relate to women. They will always fall short in these ways. They will always care more about the liberation of black men over the protection of black women and children. So when they come into contact with black men that are abusive, D1, hello, they're going to ignore that because they would rather care more about the liberation of this black man. It doesn't matter what type of black man you're liberating into the community with the women and children who you're then going to blame for how they show up amongst these men, right? Creepy ass old men touching people as long as they can show up like Justin Fairfax did before he got accused, right? And as long as you can do it in a way that never gets you caught. Because whenever we accuse these niggas of something, y'all run to believe that they're a victim of lies instead of believing that they're a perpetrator of abuses that happen so often that it's our way of life now. That's right, I'm running it.
That's the rule. That's the goal now. What are we doing? What's going on?
We don't know. We don't know, Tucker. We don't know. So, yeah, the misogyny, the misogynoir of a man like Roland Martin will absolutely end in a situation like this or result in a situation like this, where because this black man meant something to him, this black man being a violent, vindictive, abusive murderer will be flipped. And it'll be a mental health crisis.
I got a phone call regarding some business, and I was going to go back to sleep, and I said, don't check your text messages, because you know it's going to keep you up. Well, I did, and I saw literally 8 to 10 different... Folks, this morning, I got to keep you up. Well, I did, and I saw literally 8 to 10 different text messages that had Justin Fairfax in it. And I immediately thought, my goodness, did something happen to him? It was an accident? What went on? And then when I opened those text messages, I saw the news that it was a murder-suicide, that the former lieutenant governor, living in the same home, according to media reports, as they were going through this divorce and custody battle, he lost custody of his children and was being ordered to move out. Posted about how she often talked with Justin Fairfax over the last several years, and she talked about depression, what he was going through and dealing with. And she posted this 7-minute video on social media. Listen.
Hey everybody, I wanted to just hop on and make a short statement because tweeting will never be able to say how I feel. First and foremost, I am heartbroken and devastated for the Fairfax children. I thought the statement put out by DeMatha High School, which is a high school that Justin attended, it's a Catholic high school here in this region, was a good one. That was the Justin we all knew. The guy full of hope and promise and gifts and possibilities for his future. All of that changed in 2019 when Justin was lieutenant governor. The second thing I want to say is Cerina Fairfax, anyone who knew her knew she was an amazing woman. Kind, good, a great dentist, faithful to her patients and her community, and faithful and loyal to her husband at the most difficult and dark and gifts for the Fairfax state.
And she talked about depression, what he was going through and dealing with. And she posted this 7-minute video on social media. Listen.
What Justin did to her out in 2019 when he was serving good. Cerina Fairfax, anyone who knew her knew she was an amazing woman. Kind, good, a great dentist, faithful to her patients and her community, and faithful and loyal to her husband at the most difficult and dark moment ever for their marriage and for their family when these allegations about Justin came out in 2019 when he was serving as Virginia's lieutenant governor. Cerina didn't deserve her ending. Cerina did not deserve what Justin did to her. Those of us who talked to Justin as late as Monday or Tuesday of this week or were in often contact with him knew that he was depressed, knew that he was in darkness, knew that he was dealing with everything he had lost, feeling that there was no hope. And all of us tried to encourage him to get help, to get back in the arena, to not give in, and to do something good.
So I knew both Justin and Cerina. I knew Justin more. He'd often been on my show. Justin was an alpha fraternity brother. Folks, this morning, I got a phone call regarding some business.
It sounds like y'all are saying him being accused of SA is the reason why this happened, which caused him to have a mental health break. Is that what I'm to believe from this? Hold up.
Folks,
I mean, when we look at the case.
So now this is like he's framing it about like depression, right? Okay.
So I knew both Justin and Cerina. I knew Justin more. He'd often been on my. He also. He obviously came on the TV One show when so remember, he ran for Attorney General in Virginia, lost, got. So I knew both. Obviously came on the TV One show when so remember, he ran for Attorney General in Virginia, lost, got more than 600,000 votes, then ran in 2017 for Lieutenant Governor, shocked folk and won. And I remember national media were not paying any attention to him. And then all of a sudden he won, everybody wanted him. He came on my show first. He said, you were interviewing me before the rest of them did. And we brought him on. And that was the interview when he came on the show. And he was 48 hours away from becoming governor of Virginia when the blackface scandal regarding Governor Ralph Northam came out. And that's when the sexual assault allegations first dropped, that he had forced a woman to perform oral sex on him. He said it was consensual. And then there was a second allegation that came out of Raleigh, North Carolina, when he was a student at Duke. There were never any criminal charges. There was never.
So this is what 2 allegations that span current and college tell me. Most of y'all are going to believe that, oh, he didn't do it. That just means 2 women lied on him, possibly. I am more inclined to believe that you don't understand or respect consent because you don't respect women and their boundaries. I am more inclined to believe that than 2 women lied on you. One when you were in college and now one that you're a grown adult man. A lot of men get married and have kids so that they can have a shield for the fact that they're predators.
Any civil lawsuit. There were black female DAs in Boston and Raleigh who said, if a criminal complaint is filed, we will fully investigate it. That never happened. So one of the things that Justin could not let go of, he felt there was never any due process. I can tell you, he came on this show to talk about it. He talked about it personally. I look back at the text messages. We last texted March of last year. His nickname for me was Legend. He always called me Legend.
So he fed into your ego. And whenever you feed into somebody's ego that needs that, they will remember it. That's why you can't trust that when people do nice shit for you, it's because they actually like you or care about you. You have to understand that people do nice shit for you so that they can use you later. Okay? I'm about to look this shit up.
Cerina texted me last year. She recommended me to be the commencement speaker at Norfolk State University. And she was sad and they picked somebody else. And I went back and I'm looking at those text messages. And
So the wife offered you a position and you didn't get it. That means that you might have had negative feelings about her off rip. I don't even think she had to do anything in order for you to frame this situation the way you did, because ultimately a woman, you know, she could have been perfect. And for some men, that's still not good enough depending on who the man is. But what that does tell me is that I'm inclined to, you know, see that you don't really like that lady and you like him. Because she didn't give you an opportunity, but he praised you and gave you an opportunity.
text. She sent me a story from Chicago Defender in September. Was not aware of the divorce. Was not aware of the
Which shows how skewed your morals are as a person, because all it takes is for somebody to stroke your ego for you to excuse them being a predator and a murderer. Your self-esteem is in the trash can if that's all it takes. One look is all it takes.
This custody battle. But I do know, as Sophia laid out, the pain, the burden, the anger that he had because he couldn't prove his innocence. He wasn't found guilty. Law firm that he worked with fired him. Could not get hired anywhere else. And so even when he leaves, he ran for governor in 2021, came in fourth place in Democratic primary. Here he is, his wife, an accomplished dentist, professional in her own right. Again, you see these two. You're thinking happy couple. But everything that
Okay.
So
wait a minute, because I want to get to the accusations. Okay. Vanessa Tyson said that Fairfax sexually assaulted her in his hotel room during the Democratic National Convention in Boston in 2004. Fairfax was a Columbia Law student serving as an aide to the Democratic vice presidential nominee John Edwards at the time. Tyson said Wednesday that she was left deeply humiliated and ashamed, but that she suppressed the memory to focus on her career as an academic. Because if she would have said something, it might have put her career in trouble, because these men stick together. So if she would have accused him of something back then, it could have derailed her own career. So you stay quiet so that you can have a chance at accomplishing the dreams that you have for yourself. I don't know why women who watch Lifetime movies don't understand this, because bitches love Lifetime movies, but women, black women specifically, will be some of the same ones that will, defend abusive men. But as long as he hasn't killed somebody, it's like that's what it takes. And to me, it's unfortunate that somebody could walk around with a whole bunch of assault cases like Chris Brown, and it actually would take him murdering somebody before you would be like, okay, that's enough. But beating people up and the lead up to escalation in violence is not an issue for a lot of people. Even though, to me, it's how you might be able to keep these things from happening. Rodney Pete tweet. Oh yeah, I'll get to that. So let me finish reading about what happened. So Tyson said Wednesday that she was left deeply humiliated and ashamed, but she suppressed the memory to focus on her career as an academic. She only began to tell friends about the alleged assault in October 2017 after seeing a photo of Fairfax with an article about his campaign. That's another aspect of this. Watching your assaulter go on to be famous or be publicly successful and having people think the world of them, knowing what they did to you. That within itself is another form of abuse. 2 days after Tyson came forth, Meredith Watson issued her own statement accusing Fairfax of R-ing her in 2000 when they were students at Duke University. Okay, so it wasn't a recent situation, but it was two things that happened within the past 20 years, I'm guessing. The Associated Press does not typically name people who say they have been sexually assaulted unless they come forward publicly, as Tyson and Watson have. The accusations exploded into public view and resulted in political chaos. Many Democrats who had carefully withheld judgment after the first accusation against Fairfax immediately condemned him after his second accuser came forward. And to me, I don't care how long ago it was, because it does show me you assaulting two women in such a manner shows me the type of person that you are and the character that you have and what you could possibly do to the next woman. That's how I see it. I don't see it as, oh, he did it and he won't do it again just because we don't have a record of him doing it within the past 15 years since 2004 when it initially happened. But either way, after the second accuser came forward, people was like, yeah, nah. Soon after, both Democrats and Republicans called for Fairfax to step down, echoing simultaneous demands for Northam's resignation. And I believe Northam was the white man that showed up in blackface. So niggas don't come out here talking about, but when it's that white man, yeah, it was a white man and a black man on bullshit, and both people was asked to step the fuck down. Despite immense pressure from the public and the other politicians, Northam Fairfax both finished their 4th term in office, which ended in 2022. So they didn't even step down. They both just finished, even though the public asked them to step down. And then he tried to come back, and that ruined his career, basically. Yeah. And so then put that in the framework of allegedly what he did to his wife. From what I heard, okay, hold up. Let me see if I can find it. And the reason why he wasn't criminally charged is because probably the statute of limitations had expired for something that happened in 2000 and 2004 that was brought up in 2018. I think 2018 was prior to them having that time where they allow for people to come forward with things that had grown past the statute of limitations. But I believe that's the reason why. And the women just came out publicly and said something about it, which is within their right, if you ask me. But because he couldn't, I guess, prove them to be liars so that he could retain his career, and instead of, I made these mistakes, and sometimes, you're going to have to pay for the things that you've done to people, even if you were allowed to get away with it for an extended period of time. One day, you're going to have to pay for it. And that's why you don't do shit like this to people. Because just because you don't get punished for it immediately doesn't mean it is not going to come back to bite you in the ass later. But niggas don't be caring about shit like that. Apparently, these people were going through a divorce. He was an alcoholic, sometimes only exiting the room that he was staying in order to get his alcohol or cigarettes. Okay. Let's see. Police said Justin Fairfax shot Cerina Fairfax in the basement of their home, then went upstairs and used the same gun to kill himself. The final moments leading up to the shooting remained under investigation. Their home remained an active crime scene. Newly surfaced court documents describe a contentious marriage and what a judge characterized as warning signs. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Shit. My bad. Goddamn ads. I really want to click on it so that I can do the volume, like, but it won't let me. Okay. Okay. So on top of that, with this specific situation, let me see if I can find that video that I saw a content creator did. Girl.
Also, my last hot take of the evening, please stop saying.
Just trying to see if I actually saved it.
Hey y'all, hi.
Nope. That's not it. That's not
Every single day.
Okay, that's not it. Damn you, TikTok. Oh, wait, hold up. Let me go down a little bit further. Basically, what the lady said in the video is that he didn't have any money. He had $250, I think, in his account, which is the reason why he didn't want to move out of the house. But also that the wife offered to buy him out of their I think they own like a $900,000 home. And she offered to pay him half of it, you know what I'm saying, in order for him to sell the property to her and move out. So he had the option to not be out on the street without any money or recourse. She was offering to buy him out of his ownership of the house, and he did not take that opportunity because he was trying to find a way to punish her. He wanted them to be in a miserable situation because a lot of the times when men are miserable, they want to make the people around them miserable. And they are also very dangerous to women when they are on the down and out, if they don't have a lot of control of themselves. And to me, him killing his wife the way he did is evidence to me that he did whatever them people said he did in 2000 and in 2004. Hold up, let me see. Is this it?
This morning, I tweeted Abigail Spanberger. I think I'm saying her name right. She is the governor of Virginia. She made a very thoughtful post about Cerina Fairfax. And I told her, you need to change these divorce laws in Virginia.
Okay, hold up. That's not it. We need to find, hold up. We need, hold up. Because I did see that shit with Holly Robinson. Hold up. Pete. It was on Threads, I think, huh? It. Okay, now I'm gonna have to go to Threads, y'all. Hold up. Let me go to Threads, because that's where I saw it at. That's why I saw Holly Robinson Pete telling niggas to take stuff down. Because I think her husband posted something on Roland Martin's page. Hold up. Holly Robinson, Cerina Fairfax. Hold up, y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it, y'all. I might have to go back to the tiki-taki. Cause I know what you talking about because I was seeing it, but I didn't know like what was actually happening because I saw her post, take this down. But I thought she was talking to Roland Martin. Girl, they make everything so difficult on the internet sometimes these days. Oh, Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. Mm. Let me see if I can find it in a hashtag.
Ooh, I woke up this Monday morning feeling some kind of way after watching RFK Jr. speak on black maternal mortality rates. Well, he never said the word black. Anyway, if you didn't see it, here it is, and then keep swiping, and I'll give you my thoughts.
Okay, so this is not it. She be posting about stuff, girl. She is involved. Hold up. Ugh. I don't know if the blogs caught it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they caught it, girl. In order for me to have saved it. Damn it. I'm about to just try one more thing. I'm about to go back to TikTok and look at Roland Martin's page and see if it's in the comments. But if they took it down, girl, it may not be up there. Roland Martin. Go to his shit. Spicy chicken, fresh lettuce.
I mean, when we
Okay, no, not here. If anybody can tell me where they saw it, then I can go and get it. But until now, I think her husband said something. And it might have been because he's in the same fraternity as Roland and as Justin, because they're all in the same fraternity. You know what I'm saying? And when them niggas in the same fraternity, they die about that shit. She was the victim, and now the children are victims, mental health or not. He didn't have to do this. No, he didn't. But what I wanted to tell y'all that the nigga did was that he lied during their divorce proceedings. He lied and made it seem as if she had hit him, because abusive men love to do that, act like you hit them. Girl. And, oh, you put in Discord? Thank you. He made it seem as if she hit him, but because she put cameras in her house, she was able to prove that he was a liar, and that's how his shit got thrown out. Where you put it at, love? Because I'm in my general. Let me see. Is this it? Oh, Lord. That wasn't it. Somebody sent me LaToya Jackson, girl. Don't send me nothing else like that. That lady looks so thin. I don't see it in the Discord, y'all. Unless it's been posted a minute ago. I took a little bit of break, but it wasn't really a break. Okay, so people saying that it's in there. I just they're not telling me where it is in the Discord, so I don't know. Is this it? Nah, that's not it. This not that. That's about that pastor doing OnlyFans. Thank you. Okay, so he fixed it. He fixed it. Okay. Not another simp on deck. Listen, I tell these niggas all the time, you must want to fuck my man if you want him to choose you over me. That's what that's given. That's why I be calling you niggas gay. Cause when y'all say another man is simping, I'm like, so is he supposed to be trying to fuck you? Say her name, honoring her life while continuing to advocate and support the Cerinas in your community, women of endurance. So it says here, Rodney Pete, as a black man, husband, and father, I'm calling this out loud. We will not keep bending over backwards to humanize men who do harm while erasing the women who suffered from it. Enough. Stop leading with pain. Stop centering his struggle. Stop rewriting the narrative to make him the story. I don't care if he is your frat brother. He is not the story. Okay, so you wasn't his frat brother. Okay, I had it wrong. That's what I thought was going on, but I was confused. The story is a black woman who was fighting to reclaim her life. The story is about Cerina Fairfax, who deserves safety, peace, and protection for her children and herself and didn't get it. Y'all want to talk about mental health? Then talk about the trauma black women carry when they are not believed, not protected, and not prioritized. Accountability is not an attack on black men. It's a demand for a better us. If your instinct is to defend him instead of honor her, then you are a part of the problem. Say her name, respects her fights, center her life because she did everything right. She tried to leave, she did it legally, and it still cost her life. We're not doing this backwards anymore. That's what Rodney Pete said, girl. Thank you for the men that got sent. Men that got sense, they don't, girl. They don't be out here. Let's see, because I'm trying to see what started. Rodney Pete, we expect you to do some research before you use your platform to center black men as the problem in this area. Holly, bringing awareness to black men's mental health doesn't distract from the strategy. It steps toward prevention. That's another thing. You niggas trying to focus on the fact that this is a murder-suicide so that you can bring attention to the fact that white men do that at larger numbers is stupid. Like, I think I saw Bill Bellamy when the next young woman that we're going to talk about. Let me slide that down, girl. When Ashley Janae was killed, because I don't believe that she hung herself on a doorknob. That doesn't sound right. That sounds stupid. I'm more inclined to believe that something happened and her partner may have put his hands around her neck and strangled her and accidentally unalived her, accidentally killed her, or intentionally killed her. I don't know. I wasn't there, girl. I'm not sure. But I don't believe she hung herself on a fucking doorknob. I swear abusive men don't even come up with better lies to tell. Because I remember when women would say shit like, I ran into the door. That sound like some shit a stupid nigga would tell you to say and think people would believe it. So before reports broke about Ashley Janae's fiance, Joe McCain, being held for questioning in her death, the late influencer's parents and their spouses said it was very odd that he had gone missing in action after his partner's death. Janae, born Ashley Robinson, went to Zanzibar, Tanzania with McCain for her 31st birthday on April 5th. That same day, McCain proposed to her. But by April 9th, her fiance claimed to have found her unconscious in her room at the Zuri Zanzibar. Before this, the two had gotten into a dispute and hotel staff separated them into their own villas, according to authorities. Janae's parents, mother Yolanda Denise Andres, Andrus, whatever, and Father Harry Robinson told several media outlets that the last time they heard from their daughter was after her proposal. The next call they received was from her fiance, who claimed an incident happened at their hotel and that she was being rushed to the hospital. The family said McCain told them Janae was okay and stable and not to worry. The following call the family received was from the hotel telling Janae's parents that she had died. The parents said her fiance never called to tell them and has been unreachable ever since. While speaking with TMZ's Charlie Neff, Janae's parents and their spouses continue to speak on their daughter's death while demanding for more answers. During the interview, Janae's father said the family found it very odd that McCain didn't call them until about 11 hours after the incident in her room. After that call, the family said he went MIA and hasn't communicated with them since, right? So what y'all try to do in this situation is y'all try to make this about black women divesting from black men and entering into relationships with white men in order to get like a soft girl life, right? Because I saw that the spiritual whistleblower on TikTok used this as an opportunity to blame Shira 7 for the, find a man with money that's going to take care of you rhetoric that's used on, the soft life girls and all of that these days. That's why I tell y'all, don't be stupid. And please understand that a lot of times men who have a lot of money are really in it to control you. It doesn't look like that at first, but that is what it's really about. That's why you have to pay attention to all of those little small things that I tell y'all about. All of those little small things add up. And it's a way to be able to see the shit before they punch you in the face. Okay? So for me, it seems like a situation where the man probably is the culprit in the situation. We're not sure, but the way he seems to be, not telling the truth and is not actually available for conversation about this matter. Yeah, it's giving you did what them people think you did. That's what it's given. And until further notice, I think we all feel that Ashley Janae did not unalive herself and that this is another situation of femicide. Black men, I need for y'all to be so fucking for real. Y'all are the ones more than likely that are going to kill black women. I hate saying unalive. Y'all are the ones most likely that are going to kill black women. So when you decide to speak on the death of a young black woman and you decide to use it as an opportunity to once again let us know how much y'all can't stand when black women marry and have relationships with white men, even though y'all do whatever the fuck y'all want to do with them thick ass white girls. I don't judge. I'm just saying. I feel like it is hypocrisy. It's stupid. And it is some way it's victim blaming, refusal to take accountability as the violent group of motherfuckers that y'all are. So y'all can try to make it seem like, oh, y'all need to stay away from them white men. And it's like, girl, staying away from all men should be like the focus here. They're not that different based on ethnicity. It's just that the tax bracket that they live in, women have more space to grow. There's more probability of a man financially securing you if he's a white man. That's all that does. Which also ups the possibility of a man being controlling and abusive of you. Because a lot of times those things go hand in hand. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. And that is because that's the way that men are socialized in our world. Not just in our country, but in our world. Men are socialized at large to believe that they are better, more powerful, more important than women. And women are just silly little baby carriers that they get to control whenever the women act right. Domestic violence is a byproduct of men believing that they are on top of women in a hierarchy. Please understand that. Please understand that them thinking that they're better than you and you allowing them to think that, oh, that's a man and you got to let a man be a man and all of that shit. Yeah, I understand that. I understand what that means when it means don't baby him. But when y'all say it sometimes, it is to give men an identity that allows for them to do whatever the fuck they want to do, while making it seem like being a woman means having more restraint and they can just do whatever the fuck they want to do. This is not a white man problem. It's not a black man problem. It's a man problem, baby. All of you niggas are the problem. All of you niggas are the problem. This was another one. Yeah, we're going to be here until I'm done. I'm almost done. Army vet slaughters 8 kids, including 7 of his own, while they slept. One child escapes by jumping off the roof. Yes, everyone, that is my house on the national news. The mass murder incident that happened early this morning of 8 innocent baby children in Cedar Grove, Shreveport, Louisiana, ended at my house in Bossier City. The suspect was a former young soldier of mine, and I have known him since he was a child. He called me uncle as I helped raise him without a father present. I have no involvement in the actual incident. The suspect went on a chase with police to my residence after the murders. The suspect, I guess, looking for that safety that he had in me as his adopted uncle and trusted officer. I had spoken with him just yesterday about his possible divorce. I didn't pick up any indicators of murder-suicide, and I should have. So this is somebody, this is a police officer, somebody that helped raise this young man. And this is another thing, y'all. Men like this like to separate themselves from responsibility. Like, I didn't teach him that. And I'm like, I'm sure the things that you taught him about being a man as a police officer informed him on how he went ahead dealing with not wanting to take care of 8 children. You could have not had 8 children, but you niggas are stupid. And when we tell y'all get a vasectomy, you're like, no, I would rather continue to have a whole bunch of babies. And then if I have to eventually murder my baby mom so I don't have to pay child support, I'm okay with doing that. But I don't want to get a vasectomy. That's how some of you niggas think. No one's well. No one's well in the community, girl. He says, I was totally unaware of all the events taking place this morning. I don't believe that. I honestly believe because he ran to you. I also believe he's probably had previous DV cases. I don't know if they said this, but a man that decides to pull up and kill 8 kids so he don't have to pay child support has probably had previous DV cases, or because he is friends with a police officer, things may not have actually made it fully through paperwork, but people know about him. And he has police officers to protect him. That's another thing I'm hearing in this. You're a police officer and he knew to run to you for protection? That means you could also have been hiding domestic violence. I went and I heard his voice, my nephew, and then opened the door unknowingly, and he was standing there with his short barrel AR carbine. We talked for a little under a minute, and then he put the barrel to his mouth and done. When he fired, I assumed that the police thought he was shooting at them or me, so they then opened fire. I got some glass in my arm from secondary kinetics. Please pray for those babies. They are in a much better place now, I know, but the imprint of this tragedy is deep and hurts. I don't even like that he said that those children are in a better place now. It almost seems as if you did them a favor by fucking killing them. I feel like he tried to run away, and when he realized that this person could not save him, he then decided to kill himself. Please pray for any survivors, as I believe there is one adult survivor. Actually, there were 2 adult survivors. I think he shot 2 of his baby mamas. His wife was getting ready to file for divorce from him. And it seems as if whenever a woman wants to leave a man, he decides he wants to, cancel Christmas on her ass. He went around strategically and intentionally trying to kill all of the children so he would not have to pay child support. I so don't understand. Like, you might as well have just killed yourself. Or you could have just ran off. You could have just ran off somewhere. A 31-year-old Army veteran 8 children and 31 years old. Somebody was doing a lot of fucking. Somebody failed. That's another thing these niggas like to do. Take all of their pain and anguish out on some woman's pussy or several women's pussies. Cause 8 children. And then I have to also look at these women like, why would y'all allow this man to be y'all baby daddy? Because to me, a nigga that'll go around killing all his kids so he don't have to pay child support is a nigga that's been beating those women at the same time. Like, you can't tell me, nobody just decides to wake up one day and do shit like this. You were abusive the whole time as far as I'm concerned. Most of them were asleep when he pulled the trigger. The youngest was 1, the oldest was 12. Shortly after 6 a.m. Central Time on Sunday, April 19th, Elkins opened fire across 3 separate homes in Shreveport Cedar Grove neighborhood. Police confirmed 10 people were struck by gunfire in what they are calling a domestic incident. Here is the sequence based on what police have released so far. Elkins first went to a home on Harrison Street. Hold up. He went to a home on Harrison Street. Hold up. I lost it. Where his wife, the mother of his children, was shot. Police say her injuries are very serious. She has been in surgery and is expected to survive. When that lady wake up and realize all her kids are gone. He then drove a quarter of a mile away to a second residence on West 79th Street near Linwood Avenue. That is where he killed the children. 7 were his own kids. The 8th was a cousin, a second woman at that home. Reportedly, the mother of the cousin was also shot. Her injuries are described as life-threatening. 1 child survived by jumping off the roof. A 13-year-old boy made it out the back, climbed to the top of the house, and leapt. Now, imagine the trauma that boy is going to deal with. Not only that he survived and his siblings are dead, but that also his daddy is the one that tried to kill him. After the shooting, Elkins carjacked the vehicle at gunpoint and fled. Shreveport police chased him into Bossier City in the neighboring parish. Officers and Elkins exchanged gunfire in the 400 block of Brompton Lane. That's when we figured out that they weren't exchanging. I don't think he just killed himself. Elkins was killed. Louisiana State Police are investigating the officer-involved shooting because it crossed jurisdictions. Shreveport Police Corporal Chris Bordelon called the crime scene extensive and said it is unlike anything most of us have ever seen. He was a Army National Guard vet, 7 years until 2020. He was never deployed. He was arrested in 2001. And to me, this looked like a man that was having sex with a bunch of women to prove that he wasn't gay. He also is probably somebody that was sexually assaulted as a child. I'm making assumptions, y'all, but it's what I'm reading off of his body language and the way he looks in his eyes and in his face. And it's like, you could have just got a vasectomy. You could have just wore a condom. Like, just so many things could have happened besides y'all bringing all of these children into the world and then killing them because you don't want to have to provide for them financially, as if your dick was just impregnating women all on its own. All on its own. It's such a shame, y'all. Them poor babies. Them poor babies. So, lastly, David. And the only reason, I know that people feel like this might be a bigger story, but to me, we always knew what the fuck happened. We always knew what the fuck happened. Many of us are not dumb. Okay? And so we recognized from jump that David was the culprit. Because what the fuck is you talking about that girl was 11 when you started talking to her? What the fuck is you talking about? I need for y'all to see the connection between sexual abuse and people being sociopaths and unaliving people. Y'all need to see a connection between those things. Y'all don't often. Let me see. The parents of rising singer David are speaking out following his arrest. firmly maintaining his innocence as a murder investigation unfolds in LA. According to a statement released by the family's attorney, Dawood and Colleen Burke are standing by their son during the legal uncertainty. The parents are sad and disappointed that David was arrested. However, they fully stand behind him and believe that he is innocent. Attorney Kent A. Schaefer said they fully support him. Because, of course, y'all are going to support y'all son, even though y'all know that he was fucking on a minor. The 21-year-old artist, born David Anthony Burke, was taken into custody at a Hollywood Hills residence in connection with the death of a 14-year-old, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Authorities allege her remains were found months earlier inside a Tesla vehicle registered to him. At this time, no formal charges have been filed, and prosecutors have yet to decide whether the case will move forward. His legal team continues to push back against the allegations, and they can do all of the pushing back they want to. I don't believe the motherfuckers. I don't believe the motherfuckers. Oh my God, y'all. Hold up. But we knew David did it, and we'll see. Let's see. Prosecutors allege David murdered 14-year-old Celeste Rivas to prevent her from exposing their inappropriate relationship, which is what we all thought. What the fuck? DA Nathan Hockman said Monday morning that the charges against David are the most serious charges that a DA's office can bring. That is first-degree murder with special circumstances. David, who was arrested last week, was formally charged today with the first-degree murder, lewd and lascivious acts with a minor under 14, the mutilation of a body. Those special circumstances stem from allegations that David planned Hernandez's killing, with the DA citing specifics including lying in wait, murder for financial gain, and killing a witness in a criminal investigation, all of which could carry the death penalty if he's convicted. As previously reported, Hernandez's dismembered remains were found in September 2025 inside the front truck of a Tesla registered to David. During Monday's court appearance, the DA claimed David took her life because he wanted to maintain his very lucrative music career that she was threatening. The teen had been reported missing by her family in 2024 and was last seen by anyone in April of last year. What? A parent's nightmare is a situation where your daughter goes out one night and never comes back. The DA added. While the death penalty is a possibility, the DA's office has not yet publicly confirmed whether it will pursue it in this case. To me, this picture perfectly shows how crazy he probably is. Because a lot of us not only feel like he wanted to kill this girl because she could expose the underage relationship that he was having with her, but also because he was doing it for the art. There was a character that he was working on, some type of anime character type of situation. And a part of that story that he was trying to create with that character, I think was connected to her death as well. So before I get out of here, y'all, I just saw something and I have to say it before we get off of here, girl. What is this? Okay, no. Never mind. That's not what I thought it was. Don't worry about it. But I do have a video to play for y'all before I get off of here. And it's because y'all need to understand this. Because, I'm trying to love him through it. I'm trying to love him through it. Oh, y'all was not getting my notifications today, huh?
Appropriate for domestic violence. I go to this training. Therapy is not appropriate for domestic violence.
Therapy is not appropriate for domestic violence.
This training, I pay for this training, and the couple that we were observing.
If Brazil
is not appropriate for domestic violence. I go to this training, I pay for this training, and the couple that we were observing, there was domestic violence. And the therapist said, well, he was obviously upset when he pushed you. Did you ask him what?
Is it Boja? I always want to say Bosnier because it reminds me of like how you say Bosnier. But it's not Bosnier. It's Bossier City. My bad.
Made him upset? I almost came through the camera. And then did you talk or observing? There was domestic violence. And the therapist said, well, he was obviously upset when he pushed you. Did you ask him what made him upset? I almost came through the camera. And then did you talk to him about his feelings? Did you ask him what happened at work? This is a training for other therapists.
Ow.
And I said, wait a minute. And I was in the chat like, this is inappropriate. This is domestic violence. And they said, this is an outside issue. That means that it's not, it has nothing to do with what they're in therapy for. Yes, that's the training. I couldn't believe it. It's dangerous because usually women want to be vulnerable and they're saying how they really feel. And the man is saying, you embarrass me. Why are you telling people our business? He'll spin something in his mind about something that was said and he's going to take it out on you or them kids or those pets. It's unethical because I'm putting you in harm's way. What is it going to do for someone that has the view that women are less than? What am I going to do with that? How am I, through talking, going to help a man understand that you don't put your hands on women? They feel entitled to do that. Men that have these issues, they don't change. They don't change. You have to leave. That's it. He is not appropriate for domestic violence.
And I'm sorry, but I fully believe that. And I think y'all often want to, y'all don't think people change? No, bitch. No, I don't. And I think that when they do change, it's undeniable because so much work has had to be done and they have had to deal with people not trusting them for so long. But other than that, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I still wouldn't trust a nigga that said he changed. I still wouldn't trust a nigga that said he changed. And that's because therapy is still a situation where a person has to want to be different. They have to want to change. They have to want to not be abusive. And a lot of the times, it actually makes men's life easier for you to be running around walking on eggshells. It makes their life easier for you to be scared of them. I need y'all to get that. I need y'all to understand that. Girl. Protect yourselves, man. Protect yourselves. R.I.P. to all of the women. I know there was some another lady that was murdered by her husband too. Ebony, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Bondi, I love you. R.I.P. to Ashley Janae, I love you too. And yes, R.I.P. to all of the victims. Kim Watts, thank you so much for the super chat. Tall fam, thank you for the super chat. Welcome back, boo. Okay, yeah, I read that one already. Thank y'all for the super chats. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the cash apps as well. Okay. No, they don't change. They just get better at hiding it. Yes. And they use the therapy speak in order to be more effective. Because if they use therapy speak, it'll make you think they've done some type of work in order to make themselves better. That's why you always have to have your one good eye on niggas, because they have been raised and groomed how to get whatever they can get out of you through the manipulation. That's why when people be like, you know, I respect, yeah, y'all respect manipulation because that coincides with how y'all see men. I know I used to feel the same way. Oh, if you could pull a wool over my eyes as sharp as I am, bitch, congratulations. I used to feel like that. Now I feel like, I honestly, it's like, how dare you? How dare you play on me like that? If I ever figure out, like, and this has happened recently with people, if I figure out and I really like get clear on how I feel like you playing on the goodness of me, right? Because in my life, people have often played on the fact that I'm forgiving. They've played on the fact that I don't want to fight. They've played on the fact that I will take the high road. They play on that, which is why I always have to let motherfuckers know, please be careful. You don't want me to go there. I will go there. Please don't press me, because I'm going to hurt your fucking feelings. It's already in the chamber. It's already there, girl. Leave me alone. I give people the opportunity out of self-protection, out of protecting my own peace. Please don't make me go there, because I swear to God, once I go there, it's hard to make me stop. It's hard to make me stop. Once I decide I'm going to fuck with you, I'm going to always have something to say. I'm going to always have something to say. I'm going to always find something to say. I'm going to always be able to connect the dots to bring it back to you being a dumbass bitch. Always, bitch. Always, 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 always. Going to always have the energy for it until I decide that I no longer want to give it energy. But I will always find the energy for it. I promise you. That's why I just be wanting people to leave me alone. That's why I ignore people when they talk shit about me and all of that shit that people be doing, and I just laugh it off because, baby, please, you don't even really want it. Go on away from me. Go play with somebody safer. Hey, what's going on, T? Thank you for the super chat. It's been a while since I caught it live. Thank you for doing the work of the people. Continue to be the empress you are. Thank you, my love. I appreciate that. I ain't seeing you in a minute, but it's good too. It's good to see you. Okay? But yeah, y'all, just remember what I told y'all about Geminis. Just remember what I told y'all. Okay? And then remember that I'm a Libra in my other placements. They may not make up the psychopathy the way the Geminis, Virgos, and Pisces do. Because that's who it is normally. It's me, the Virgos, the Pisces. Oh yeah, girl. Oh yeah, we at the top of the list for schmurdering people. Geminis, Pisces, Virgo. Yeah. And the way I have exes and close family members that have those signs in them, and I know exactly how yeah. Girl, yeah. Please you don't want me to go there. Let me be nice. Let me be the nice person that I want to be. Okay? Because boy, when I decide to be an asshole, do I be an asshole, girl. It'd be so hard for me to stop. Cause the shit just keep coming up. Like I'll keep seeing shit and I'm gonna keep saying shit every time I see shit. Cause whatever come up, come out. That's what my grandma taught me. Stop playing with me. All right. I love y'all for real. I hope y'all have a good day. A good evening. We've been up here for too fucking long, but I've been gone for a minute. Now I'm back with the jump off, bitch. And I'll be gone tomorrow. Cause I need to go get my hair redone. And I need to go run down to the Gap, girl. Okay, I'm gonna have to fall into the Gap. So I probably won't see y'all tomorrow, but the Ooh Ladies First panel is Thursday. So y'all will see me, girl. All right. Fuck with you guys heavy. Be blessed. Peace out. Be safe. Protect yourself.